Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tales from Tumble Tankard. I am Jim, aka Argent Wind, and I am the DM for our game this evening. So, our first time here, we're going to be having fun with getting everything working out. So, hope everyone enjoys. This is Avress, the Shattered World, campaign world about 5 years in the making that I've been working on this whole time. Um, we are in session 9, so things have already happened. I'll fill in a little bit of what's going on here, but you'll pick up a little more as the players go on. More updates will be available on our World Anvil page. I'll have links at some point in the description for everyone to log into the World Anvil and check it out. This is an 18 and over game. There are elements of horror, violence, adult situations, and language. So, if that bothers you, you can start running now. Um, just a moment here, we're going to meet our characters and kind of take off from there. We will start off here with Sora.
Hi, I'm Sora, also known as Nance. I'm a blue paladin. Yeah, I think that's about everything.
A blue dragonborn paladin?
Dragonborn paladin?
No, I don't need to be a dragonborn.
What kind of paladin are you? Fucking blue. All right, got it.
Okay. Go ahead there, Lucas.
And
Oh,
me. Oh wait,
Nope.
It's me.
I knew that. We're at a different. Yeah, I was looking at
Right to left.
Yep, I was looking at our thing. Whoops.
Yeah, I'm Rob. I'm a play Lucas, half elf bard.
Very good.
I'm Bernie, and I'm Amethyst, a tabaxi sorceress.
And I am Aaron or Draven. Call me Draven. My character's name is Trevor. He is a fighter gunslinger, and he is a halfling, and he is rambunctious and fun.
We have a fifth character, Eldon, who is a gnome artificer. He can't be with us tonight, so I will be filling in for him and running his character as I see fit. So, uh, with that, we'll go ahead and start looking into what has gone before. So, um, Avress is a world of high magic, steampunk, spell punk, whatever you want to look there, airships, guns, magical devices, and all sorts of alchemical enhancements to things. Our characters have some pretty cool little manatech gear on them, and you'll see that throughout the game as well. Um, they are starting off in the town of Craven's Rest, a small town in the country of Gervon, the northern part of that. It's sort of at a crossroads between some pretty major cities, and the party all came together in this little town. Did some odd jobs for some people, helping a farmer recover his goats from some little troll monsters that they dispatched. Helped the Wood Baron, the lumber company, one of their workers being injured by some sort of monster in the forest. Turned out to be a blue slod, and they found more of these things in the woods and dispatched them, kind of earning a little bit more favor there. You'll see our little slod tadpole right here on our thing here, our little trolling hiding over in the side over here. Um, the characters were then, having made themselves kind of celebrities in the town there, were given the opportunity of gaining a house in the town. Unfortunately, it was haunted, and so had to clear it out. They managed to do so, dispatching a rather powerful ghost and its minions that had uh, left around the place to cause some havoc. And since then, they have met a lot of the townsfolk, found some craftsmen to upgrade gear and buy some new things um, within the town itself, and have planned to head off to um, to the larger city of Port Oris, where they're going to take care of a few things and see what they can find in the big city. So we'll kind of pick up from there on the morning of the fifth day of readying, known as Thresh Day. They are been able to go around and pick up their things, and I believe everyone's got their gear they picked up already. Um, one thing, as you are doing that and planning to go, a summons kind of reaches each of you. Either some sort of a courier, a young boy, or uh, one of the mail carrier in town will kind of find you wherever you happen to be, letting you know that Danis Fairwood would like to speak to you before you leave. Anyone have any issues with that, or you take off and ignore him?
I would definitely like to hear what he has to say.
I
All
guess.
right. Okay. Um, eventually, you'll find yourselves as you're preparing to go. You'll find yourselves heading back up to the lumber company here, and we'll switch our view over to the map of town. See how this works out for us. All right. So I want to zoom up a little bit there. The lumber company up here, number 14 on the map there, the Fairwood Lumber Company, where you're able to go and see to meet with Danis. When you get there, one thing you'll notice immediately there's a bit of activity, a little bit more going on in the actual wood area there. There is a large wagon that's piled high with what looks like cut lumber under a tarp that's being secured. And there's some men walking around and lots of people moving around preparing things. Um, as you get inside there, you'll see Fairwood. He's not in his office. He's actually in the main lumber floor, the cutting room floor, essentially, as they refer to it. And he's, you're all here. Good. I had been made aware that you were planning to head off to Port Oris. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Good. Good. Well, so happens we are planning a shipment of balsa to Port Oris, and it's one of our two shipments of the year here. And as you can imagine, this is a quite a lucrative shipment, and we want to make sure that it gets there intact. Normally, I would hire guards or send more men to go with the wagon, but if you're willing, I would like to, if you would be willing to accompany the wagon there and make sure it gets to the city intact.
Yeah,
Is there
that sounds fine. We're going there anyway.
all right? Excellent. Um, so, and you look over and you kind of gestures to the wagon over there. It's just about ready to go. And one thing you'll notice is that it's a large wooden wagon, kind of metal framed wheels, and there's a um, uh, hitches for the where horses would go, but there's no horses there, or oxen or something else like that, and you don't see anything there um, at first. There's a man sitting up in the driver's area there, kind of checking things over, looking at the reins, making sure everything's good to go there. There's another man who's walking along, kind of prepping, kind of tying things off on the side there, some bundles and baskets of things tied to the side of the wagon, kind of tucking things in as they go there. Um, Fairwood looks at you and so our driver there, Darvel, he'll be leading the wagon there. Our man Persh, he's the one who kind of secures all the things there, and they kind of, as he mentions, the guy who's securing stuff kind of turns and waves and oh there, hi, and kind of goes back to what he's doing. Um, they'll be able to take care of the wagon itself and loading and unloading. That's their job. But if you just make sure that it gets there intact, um, and it should be should about ready to go here. So if there's anything else you need to do, anything you need to prep, anyone you need to check in with, um, we can be ready within the hour if you are.
I reckon the quicker the better.
Yeah, this is you. You do already have a job from the mayor for sure. to go and he wanted you to go and sell off the family jewels to a buyer that he has
Oh,
set up
yeah,
there.
and there was the book too, wasn't there?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I'm
Yes.
looking to get a
And yeah.
spell plate there for my rifle.
So
Yep.
what was the
So,
other one? So we're
Uh,
delivering the book and the family jewels,
And
and
then
yep.
this one.
that we just picked
And
up
this one.
another one.
This
So
is
that's
this
only
is this
two.
be the, this is
That's
your third
three.
one.
This is the
This would be
third.
the third one.
What's the
The
first
book
one?
the book was from Andres. Wanted to return the book that had the demon information in it that you guys
Okay.
used to identify the slot. So that he gave that to Lucas. Then the mayor wants his family jewels delivered there to be picked up and from a buyer that's there.
yep, I have
And
those.
now the wagon full of stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Yes, the
I
family
thought
jewels.
those two were from the same person.
No, the book is from Andres at the jewel flagon. Yeah, he was the one that picked up the book there and helped you guys identify the slot.
That works.
Yep. Um,
Right.
a number of other people have put in orders for things to be picked up there. Typically on shipments like this, after the lumber has been delivered where it needs to go, we'll have some people go around pick up some orders from people and take it back once they're all done. So, um, I mean, the wagon can wait for you at in Port Oris, so you can come back with it, or whichever way you want to go. Our men are used to traveling the roads there. They've done it many times.
How long are they going to wait in Port Oris?
They can wait a few days if you need. It'll take some time to pick up all the goods that have been ordered by people and make sure they're all loaded up on the wagon. So, um, if you need more time than that, they can come back on their own and or whichever way.
Guess it depends on what happens when we get there. I was hoping to come back soon though. Don't want to be away too long.
Oh, that makes sense. Um, on a more personal note here, I do want to say I thank you for your efforts with um, uh, the captain of the guard and getting this wall project back going again. I know I play no small part in this project being stalled, and so Burton assured me that you were very helpful in terms of getting that project going again.
It's mainly down to Sora, but I think we all chipped in.
Back.
So I do appreciate it. I do know that that meeting was in large part due to your request, so um, I do appreciate that because leaving things half done is not something we like to do, obviously.
Right.
So
And on top of that, the people who are here wouldn't feel safe.
exactly, and so especially with things becoming more uh, uncertain out in the woods, I definitely see the need to push this along. I will make sure that everything is uh, moved along quickly.
Very glad to hear it. We were hoping that your daughter would help to strengthen the wall up once
Burton
it's
did
up.
mention that. Yes, I think that's a great idea. I'm sure Addie and Elia can do
And Addy, yeah.
quite a good job there. And so we'll make sure they're involved with the project there and ensure that everything is done as well as possible, of course. Um, and he doesn't. You get the you get the impression that he doesn't have any clue, Amethyst.
Good.
Like, doesn't seem to have any idea.
That's okay. For now.
Yes. Um, um, at this point, yeah. So at this point, does anything you need to check around with there, or do you want to double check on the way out? Um, yes. He knew which daughter was meant there because Burton had talked to him about it. So, um,
Well, if he'd said which daughter, I would obviously would have said Elia.
yeah, yeah. In terms of, I mean, Riley is uh, a member of the guard, so of course she would be um, definitely one to patrol the wall and watch out, but she would be the one reinforcing it. Let's say. So,
Hmm.
all right. So, is anything else you want to arrange or anything else before you head out?
I don't
Oh,
think so.
we got all of our stuff back from like the blacksmith and stuff we had done.
Yeah, so basically you were doing that this morning, kind of getting the last of your orders there. So all of your upgrades have been applied that you paid for. All of your gear has been set up there. So yeah, it should already be on your character sheets, I believe. They were all added. I made sure that you guys had the correct modifiers and everything else
Okay, cool.
added to your gear. So if anything's missing, just let me know. We'll get that arranged and fixed up here at some point. But So, I don't expect you to walk with the wagons the whole way. It's a in the snow especially. It'll be probably a good 8 to 9 day travel. Um, so, and he points to the wagon again, and this time, so the wagon I had built for just this purpose, really, um, is a Manatech wagon. The horses that pull it are conjured. Um, and he points over next to it, and they're actually setting out. Unfortunately, I only have 3 more that I can provide at this point, and they're setting out 3 saddles, like on the ground, like just normal, like riding saddles, for the most part. I'm hoping that the 3 larger of you and the 2 smaller could ride double, however you want to arrange that. Um, but unfortunately, I don't have 5 uh, horses.
I can really see Trevor and Eldon doubling up on a horse.
Well,
Not
that
much
means that one of you
anything.
guys too. So it'd be you 3, and then Trevor and Eldon would need to ride with one of you guys.
This is
So
not the
I
first.
would take Eldon on my horse.
This is
okay,
not the first time we have been
Oh,
discriminated against, and it is not appreciated. I just want to put that on record.
I I mean, you can ride on the wagon as well. I mean, there would be space to ride on the wagon as well, but
well, we
it'd be a
could.
little bit cramped on the seat there. That's
If you got like a rocking horse, we could perhaps tow it behind for Trevor.
and he kind of looks at you like maybe a sled. This time of year,
The
that
more
might be a little.
Amethyst talks, the more I'm not sorry I shot her.
So you're admitting it now.
Oh wait,
Um,
I can
so
find a steed.
oh, you have that. That's right. You could do that.
I
Yeah, can't you?
do.
Do
I'll
what?
take
Fine
my
steed.
own, thank you.
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, you'll have 3 horses plus Sora. How long does yours last? I don't remember how that worked for you.
The 10-minute casting time, but it's instant.
It just lasts for as long as.
Let me link it. That'll be easier because I
Okay.
don't read as
Yeah.
fast as you.
Okay. Duration is instantaneous, and it lasts. Oh yeah, you just could basically find a steed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah. What does your steed look like when you cast a spell?
It's blue.
It's a blue horse
It
or
looks like a horse, but it's
okay.
blue.
Okay, all right. So kind of a bluish, a bluish looking horse. We'll just say it's probably going to be like fairly large because you're in full armor and everything. So,
Right.
um, is it a war horse or is it considered just a riding horse? What does
I
it
think
say
it's just
here?
a riding horse because the intelligence is only 5.
There's the amount of in combat and out. This is a war horse.
Is your
Yeah,
horse called
you choose a
Babadoo?
war horse. Yeah, yeah, it's a war
Oh,
horse.
cool.
So it's a full on like big old war horse. It just kind of like, and as you cast that, it just comes like trotting into town. Like just from off to the trees there. Everyone kind of like freaks out as this blue colored horse kind of like clop 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 right up to you and just kind of stops like right next to you there. I assume we're gonna say it's celestial.
I believe it is.
Yeah, celestial, fey, or fiend. So that those traits are probably celestial for you. So yeah,
That's why it's blue.
it's yeah. And so it's got sort of a kind of a whitish mane to it and kind of and tail, but kind of a dark blue coat. And it just kind of stops there and looks at you. Um, I believe it's already saddled and everything else too. So yeah, it's got a full saddle for you to ride on. And it's like, well, that makes things easier for all of you then. Um, so still, the three are still available, so you can double up as you see fit. Um,
Oh, I'm
and
still
so,
taking Eldon with me, so we'll be good.
okay, so Trevor, you get your own horse.
Ew!
So what ends up happening is that once everyone's ready to go, if there's nothing else you guys want to do, um, the driver, Darvel, is up there and he just reaches out and there are two like switches. He's kind of sits in the middle. There's space on either side of him on this large seat, large bench seat, um, and it actually is like kind of padded a little bit and like almost like a bucket seat kind of thing, so that there's not so uncomfortable for like a 8 to 9 day trip. Um, uh, he says, well, he kind of looks at you. So you just kind of go to the saddles there, and there's a little kind of lever right there, kind of where the saddle horn is. Um, uh, when you do that, the horse will appear, and he flips the two switches, and two horses appear, just kind of just kind of materialize in the rigging of the wagon, and they
Amazing.
just kind of and one thing just before he does that, and you'll see that with the saddles as well. There is a small pile of like feed or a couple of apples and some feed or a handful of apples just sitting there. And as the horses appear, those go away, and the horse is in its place.
What
S-
spell is that?
it's a spell called Conjure Horse.
Oh.
Yep, you'll see it.
Use
It's in
use
huh?
apple to conjure it.
Apple or horse feed, 1 day's worth. The
Awesome.
horse will last for 8 hours. So will these. So we've got 8 hours to journey before they run out. The accumulators are such that we could get a second one each second round each day if we need. Um, but that way we don't have to worry about carrying a whole lot of extra feed or worrying about a horse throwing a shoe or getting injured or anything else. If the horse is killed by something, we can summon up a new one. Um, but that's what we're looking at there. So, is there anything? And so, Persh, the beefier of the two, he's obviously much more the guy lifting and lugging things around. Uh, plops up on the seat next to the guy. There's a third seat there if you want, but there's three horses and Sora's new horse. Um, you guys head back on to down through the road. They actually do come down to the road in town, and the wagon leads the way, heads down to the little circle, the little crossroads here. Um, this you by now know this 31 right here is the mayor's house, and you're walking by the mayor's house and heading out the gate, out the opening there. It's not really a gate.
Good.
Uh,
Is there a gate there?
No, at this point there's just a gap in the wall.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hopefully that'll change.
we hope so. Yes, that, that is the plan at least.
Mm.
So as you head out of town, just that. Okay. So as you're heading out to town, there it is. It has snowed recently, so there is a pretty good amount of snow on the road, and the wagon just kind of crunches on through it. There, you can see that the wagon's tires, the wheels actually not tires, but the wheels, do have like sort of metal studs on a ring around the middle that helps it kind of grip through the snow and not slip in any kind of mud or anything else. Um, uh, the just kind of just heads right down the road there. You see farmlands on both sides, and as you're heading out, Eldon at one point will point to the left. The mill farm right over there. That's where my workshop is, and at some point I'll have to take you guys out there. And you see there's a large farm with an actual like windmill turning on the farm there, and a lot of what look like fields surrounding the area there.
That little shed there, that's where my workshop is set up in. So at some point, I think we can um, maybe go out there. And Trevor, you wanted to do some work at some point, so I can take you out there if there's something we're worried about, um, maybe blowing up or something. We don't want that to happen. So at least out there, it's remote.
I reckon with you there is likely for a chance to happen of an explosion.
I have taken every precaution. I assure you, it will not happen again.
Yeah. How many fingers you got?
All of them.
All right.
He kind of glances down at his feet.
You see 3 toes? Like, fuck.
No, he's wearing thick boots there, but he's just like kind of glances down at them unconsciously, like didn't say anything about toes.
No, you didn't ask about toes.
Exactly.
I'm going to ask him about toes if I saw him look at his feet.
Well, I did lose one of them. It was not an explosion, I assure you. I just dropped something heavy and squished one of them. It's I it was just easier to continue working and just bandage it up there. And unfortunately, I didn't get assistance in time, and well, I lost it.
I was
Next
going to
time.
suggest maybe transferring some of your stuff to the house at some point so that you can do your work there, but perhaps it's a better idea to keep it where it is.
I think having a workshop is a good idea, but some of my experiments are the more volatile nature, which should be a little more remote. And so I think this we might continue to use this at least for a while.
Good
So-
idea.
So as you move down this snow-covered road there, you'll see that there's farms on both sides. Very. I mean, obviously it's winter time, so there's not really much in the way of fields. It takes about an hour actually before you kind of clear where all the farmlands are set up there. There's a number of different ones. Just in the far distance to the south of the road, you can kind of see where the Onless farm is arranged. Just way off in the distance there, you can kind of see the house from the Onless farm that you guys had spent time at there. Let's see. I'll put that on the loop.
If anyone's outside, we'll give them a wave as we go past.
People will take note, and so occasionally you'll see various people kind of, and I mean, they don't seem to be weirded out by a wagon, and they seem a little more interested in you since you're definitely a different looking bunch. I assume Lucas is probably just wearing a light cloak at this point since he doesn't need his.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
summer
so-
clothing and a light cloak.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Yeah. Lucas seems to be completely unconcerned with the cold at this point, as opposed to last week when he was bundled up with furs and everything else. So, Sora on her brand new blue war horse. Trevor and Amethyst each riding their horses at this point. And Eldon has kind of taken the last seat on the wagon there, as it just kind of plunked himself down next to Darvel. And just kind of, at this point, as usual, nose in book, just reading through something, occasionally jotting something down there as the wagon jostles a bit through the road there.
I thought he was riding with me.
He hopped off. It's like it's easier to ride on the wagon, I think, and yeah.
I appreciate it, but this is just a little bit easier to read here, and without the horse flopping and making sounds and bouncing, and I appreciate it though. Bless you.
So, as I said, once you pass the farmlands, it's just kind of the southern side of the road there is a little less sparse in terms of the trees, but even eventually you do get into more of a forest on both sides of the road. It's a well cleared actual roadway, so there's no problem with the wagon not having space. It has been designed for wagons to travel side by side, so it's a fairly wide clearing down there through the trees. It's very peaceful. Occasionally you hear the sounds of like Arctic fox or a wolf off in the distance. See snowshoe hares leaping out through the bushes off into the trees and such. Occasionally, an elk or a deer of some kind off in the distance. But things seem fairly quiet, at least for the most part. Sora, you can't help but kind of be on alert. This is kind of one of those things of you've been on this type of a road many times, and
Yep.
there's tends to be things out there sometimes. Um, you're making good time, good travel. Since the horses don't tire, there's no need to stop them at any point. They just keep trudging along as long as you need to. Um, there's not really any need for any kind of um, uh, that's not working there. Isn't there any need for um, resting the horses at all? So until you decide you need to take a break, they will just keep moving along. And uh, the kind of the roadway is quiet and yours for the moment. Anything any discussions you need to have with each other at this point? Because I know there've been a few things that have come up.
Eldon, have you been to Port Oris before?
Yes, I met Amethyst and Lucas there. In fact, before we came to Craven's Rest, um, and I spent a little bit of time there, but not a lot.
Yeah, okay. We just need. I just want to know. I didn't know how much time you all had spent there, but I'm relatively unfamiliar with it. I've been in and out of there once or twice, but I had to kind of keep a low profile, so I didn't really get to explore to the entire way. But I would like to know where to procure what we need to. Maybe I could just talk to one of you when that happens.
Of course. Uh, I, I said I spent. I might know a few people. I do know where a few landmarks are, for that matter. But I didn't spend a lot of time exploring the place or anything. I just kind of ended up there working, trying to find materials for some of my projects that I couldn't do any longer at home. Um, and so, yes, I can definitely show you around. Um, Amethyst and Lucas, there, you do know. I mean, this is the city was um, probably the one of the biggest you've ever seen. Lucas, I mean, El Caron is large, is more of a sprawling, large city, but it's fairly spread out and not as vertically oriented. Port Oris is extremely. It is in a canyon, a kind of V-shaped canyon, with a river coming in and butting up to the Eagle Eye Bay. There's docks along the southern portion of the city. And in this V-shaped canyon, there's not a lot of space to build out, so they built up. And so you know that when you get there, the buildings there are very tall, anywhere from the shortest buildings are 4 or 5 stories tall, and there's some 10 stories, even a couple that are even taller than that. So, and there
Uh oh.
We lost the DM.
we lost everything for a second there. My Discord just crash. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you.
That's where everything got scrambled there. Yeah, Discord just crashed on me all of a sudden. So let me get my camera back on here. What just happened? Sorry about that, folks.
It
Okay.
put me in the DM square. All right, y'all.
Yeah, I
We're
saw
all
that.
dead.
No, I think we're all good. We're back to where we're supposed to. Sorry about that. That was
You
a
should
little
be used to
strange.
it by
Hey,
now.
that's only our first technical difficulty. Words are hard. English is.
Yeah,
I give up talking it, speaking it, talking it. Whatever. No matter.
whatever works. Sorry about that. Yeah, Discord just crashed for me a second there, so all of a sudden it just kicked me out. So we're back. Sorry about that. Um, again, Port Oris, uh, skyways, bridges across various buildings, shadowed covered streets, in the wake of these giant buildings. Actual airships floating above the city itself. They're of all different kinds of makes, different designs and origins from these places.
So it's kind of where you're heading for anyway. But along the road, it's really unassuming travel. Um, your first day's travel tends to pass pretty uneventfully, other than uh, again the occasional sound of an animal off in the distance and everything. Darville speaks up as the sun is getting low in the sky at this point. We can continue if you want, but there should be a way station up ahead here a little ways. It's well, sorry, that's the wrong voice. That was Eldon speaking there for a second there. Um, there's basically campsites, kind of permanent places where you can set up wagons and set up a fire and such. Um, I mean, I'm we can do that if you like, or we can push on. I'll leave it up to you guys. You're kind of the ones keeping tabs on things.
We should probably set up a tent or something for the night and hunker in. It's not best to be on the road at night.
Okay. Um, as the sun is going down, you will approach kind of a little section. It seems like a little like a roadside rest stop almost. It's kind of a little bit of a clearing. You can see that there's definitely space to pull the wagon off. There's even rocks for what looks maybe a permanent fire pit, kind of set up there. It's almost like a campsite of some kind on the side of the road. Sort of a little bit about something like this makes you a little uneasy. Um, you know from your time on traveling the roads that those kind of things tend to be prime places where bandits or highwaymen will target because they kind of watch over those things for people to camp and can go after them. So, one last thing before I forget this, Sora, did you bring any retainers with you, or did you leave them back there?
Oh no, they came with me.
They're all with you.
Yep.
Okay, that's logistics then. Okay, so there wouldn't
Well,
be space.
let me
They
say
won't fit on the horses.
I brought the cook and I brought the maitre d, the major domo, and
So
I could
Reese
put
and Catherine.
yeah.
Okay. Um, in that case, who's willing to ride with who? Who wants a? So Reese is the cook guy, kind of the outdoorsy type person.
Yes.
Catherine's kind of the more proper,
Yeah,
ladylike person.
she'll probably be up on the horse with me then.
Okay, so Catherine with you.
Yeah.
Who wants Reese?
I thought Eldon was with you.
Eldon's
No.
as you took the seat on the wagon. I just
Uh,
remember that you had some people there with you. So well, let's remember those retainers.
If anything, he can walk as well. He's pretty good outside.
Oh yeah, he's more of a tracker type person anyway. So yeah,
Yeah.
he can hoof it along. Okay, he manages to keep up on the side there. Occasionally hops up on the side of the wagon just to hold on. At some point, if someone's willing to give him a chance to ride on the horse with them, he can hop up on theirs too. So we do have two more people with us then. Um, so uh, if you're so you obviously at this roadside stop there, you're going to have a bit of a uneasiness because again, bandits and highwaymen do tend to watch these kinds of places. Although this one is one day outside of the city, so outside of town, not likely it's going to be targeted by too much there. You're able to set up camp. Reese will, anyone who wants to go with him, he will head out there and try to find something to hunt. Um, and after a little bit of time, he'll come back with a couple of hares. They can be cooked over the fire. Um, we can assume that watches are kept for the night, but it's very, very quiet. Obviously, very, very cold as well. And for everyone but Lucas, it's a little bit uncomfortable um, in terms of keeping things.
I've got a fur coat under these clothes.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're pretty good. What was that? Okay,
This is why you keep things back.
let's one sec there. Okay, good. muted Sora for just a moment. So sorry, this is
Okay.
acting a little strange on me.
I just posted our real quick for sake of levity. Or brevity, yeah. We're gonna be getting some action. I just I figured while Nan's away, I just shared this post to 12 of the different Facebook groups I'm in.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll see what happens.
Okay, sounds good. So hopefully some viewers out there, and we'll see how we do. Okay.
I'm back.
Okay.
Just unmuted you
Welcome
because
back,
we
Sora.
heard everything you were talking about.
I went ahead and muted you for a second there, so you're back now. Good. So yeah, setting up camp is fairly easy. Reese is very practiced at it. Darvel and Persh have no problem pitching in. They've done this thing. At some point, you'll find out in Darvel, he's been across this route dozens of times. Persh, not quite as many, but fairly often as well. Um, um, he's like, well, this is one of those kind of tough ones where the shipment's right here. This is worth a lot of money. So we got to make sure it gets where it needs to go because um, this is worth about 100 times what a normal wood shipment would be worth. So,
How much are we talking here?
Why is it worth so much? Sorry.
uh, oh, well, first, this is balsa. This is what's used for the airships. Um, so this is the fall harvest essentially, and it's been all cut and prepared and everything else. Um, is heading to the shipyards where they'll use it to make airships. How much? This is about 100,000 gold.
Holy shit, titties and Christ!
Is that because it's already got the spell on
No,
it?
no, it's not been treated yet, but it's all been cut to the specifications and everything.
Oh,
Um, Pretty much this ship, one decent sized vial of Loftwood elixir will take care of most of this shipment here. There's also, he kind of points, there's that basket over a couple of those baskets there. Those are all the shavings and mulch and little tiny twigs and leaves and stuff left over from the balsa. They can kind of mash that and make it into sort of a sheets, kind of flat sheets that can be used to be treated as well and can form like dividers or walls. And then the little twigs and the little the bundles there. There's a couple of little bundles of like the actual like twigs. All those little ones there, they can strip those and treat them and make them sort of cross braces or window frames or whatever. So it's a lot, and so they use all of it, and it's I guess the modern airships are pretty much a marvel, um, extremely light. I mean, that whole thing, I mean, it weighs like a tenth of what normal wood size wood wood shipment of that size would weigh, but it's worth 100 times more. So
nice.
yeah, I mean,
No pressure or anything.
no, I think that's why the boss man sent you along with us rather than just the normal guard type people we have there. I mean, Galader's a good archer, and a couple guys are good at a bit of a scrape, but they're not going to be somebody who can do what you guys do. I mean, I've been hearing a little bit about the things you fought off in the woods there, and I mean, and dealing with the Draymark house. I mean, phew, that place has been a nightmare for years, literally.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, but we got through it. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Trevor actually shot me while we were in there.
Yeah, you've mentioned it about 3,942 times, and that's just since we've been on this hell trip.
Yeah, I heard.
I've
Uh,
told you 87
so
million times not to exaggerate, Trevor.
Persh is kind of Persh, the porter, essentially. He's just already kind of look like at the fire there. You can see he's already just kind of like nodding off there. His cloak pulled around him. He's kind of propped up against a little bit of a little stump that's going to use as a
I'll
seat.
cast mage hand and tickle him.
Eh, 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 what's going on? Eh.
like
Come
just
out, Avress.
it sees a little like floating hand by him, like ah! Kind of freaks out a little bit. They're trying to push it away. Darvel kind of looks over you. Nice. Man needs to keep awake a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he only slept most of the way here. I did not. Shut up. Yeah, whatever. So, the evening again, you can post watches there, taking turns there. The evening does pass very quietly. The moons come up, we cross the sky. Nothing out strange there. It's the sky is clear tonight. No real issues. That's it. Are you able to talk, Sora?
Yeah, I was
Okay,
just
good.
wondering if it was pushed to top.
It's not set that way normally, but I don't know. That's how you set it up there. It's not default.
I thought it was pushed to top. I will fix that.
Okay. Yeah, when you got up there, we heard you talking a little bit as you were walking away. So
I have it set.
gotcha. Okay. So morning will come up. Again, cold, crisp. Everyone's definitely seeing your breath as you kind of get things ready to go, pack up your tent, and move along. Um, um, at some point, you will see another a set of travelers. Two people on a horse on horses. Um, one with obviously a bundle of some kind. Um, as you get closer, you see it's a kind of a bundle of furs. What looks like there, a lot of like pelts that have been um, taken off. They all kind of bundled up by twine ropes and slung over the side of the horse. You can see there's a bow across the back, and this is obviously a pair of huntsmen of some kind. Um, and they're kind of thick, heavy furs pulled down close, cloaks, and as they kind of travel along there, passing you on the left. Um, Darvel and Persh don't seem to really take alarm of any kind, but they just kind of glance over at you guys. Um, they just the two horses just clomp along there. They will go off the side of the road a little bit, and just even though there's enough room, they do kind of head off off the road a little bit there as you start to go by. Um, yes, we have familiars in the stream. Mine are actually locked out of the room, so they can't mess around in here.
Look, it's
It's
Gwynwyver.
it's a no, it's a mini amethyst.
Right?
Yeah. um, so again, just travel is the two pass. They don't seem to pay you any mind. There's sort of a little kind of a grunt and a as they go by, um, heading back in the direction you came from.
All right.
Okay. At some point, little bit later on, you do find a place to stop for a little bit to grab something to eat. It is a little hard because most of you aren't used to riding on horseback, and even those are conjured horses, they still are on saddles, and most of you don't really spend much time riding in saddles. So, um, whichever the first of you to call out would be, you got to figure out who that would be.
Yeah.
Um, you do take a break and hop off. Eldon just like looks up from his book. All of a sudden, are we there? What's going on? What?
I have not written. I start walking kind of like as we take the break. I like start like walking really, really, really awkwardly because I had and then because
Yeah, you're a halfling on a full size horse.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you had to kind of do a little interesting arrangement with the stirrups and
Yeah,
everything else. Your feet don't reach the stirrups.
like
So you
saddle
had to
sore
kind of
for the wind. Yeah, exactly.
yeah
Aww.
Kept
yeah.
slipping off like awkwardly, like oh god.
So you kind of eventually found your balance. I mean, you're Dexter's kind of guy, so you
Yeah,
found your balance and found a way to kind of pull the stirrups up and arrange them in a way that you can still sort of sit somewhat normally.
I feel like this saddle was not sized for me personally.
I'm curious, Sora, riding lady style with somebody else on the horse, is that going to work?
Yes,
Okay,
because she would be not on the saddle, she would be on the rump of the horse.
so she's riding lady style as well. Then just so
Uh-huh.
you're riding one. Okay, so it looks a little strange on a big old war horse that the
Lady
dragonborn in
style?
full armor is like riding on one side, and their lady in the furs and everything else like that, lady riding on the opposite side there.
You're riding side saddle with armor on?
Oh yeah. Easier to get off and attack things.
Easier to no, don't say easier to get off.
Easier to fall off.
Don't make me
It's a
don't set me up,
full
man.
dismount.
I think
That's
if we look in town for a rocking horse, we could perhaps buy just the saddle from it for Trevor.
no, fuck you very much. I mean, I would be grateful, but fuck you very much regardless.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm sure one could be a saddle could be made. Um, so yeah, you're able to move around there, walk around there. Um, one thing you will catch is a little sound um on the wind a little bit. You're catching a little bit of smell of smoke. Um, and you hear not voices of alarm, but just voices. Just somebody talking off in the distance, and the forest here is a little bit thicker than it was back toward town. So, you keep looking around, you can't really see anything specific there, but you can kind of hear voices. And again, with the trees, it's hard to tell like where it's coming from. Um, but and you smell a bit of smoke on the air. Um, anyone with higher wisdom, um, uh, nobody has survival specifically here. Um, but Amethyst has the highest passive perception, so um, you kind of smell and you realize that the smell is coming stronger from the south, um, and that you can't make anything out through the trees. There's definitely some voices and some smoke. Um,
Can we listen? Try and
yeah,
figure out where it's
uh,
coming from.
definitely from the south of the road. The road pretty much goes east west. If you're traveling primarily east at this point, um, and it's definitely from the south of the road, somewhere off in the trees.
Who's got good
Um,
stealth? Shall we go look?
You said stealth. I can oblige in that.
okay, you want to scout on ahead?
Yes, I will.
Okay, give me a stealth
So
check.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, very good.
we,
Um,
if
yeah,
we
so
before you leave, if we communicate with each other telepathically, so that we can continue to do that, just in case.
so as he's starting to slink off there, you kind of like speak into his head, and you hear Amethyst's voice in your head as you move off. Um,
Because
Really
that's
wish
not creepy or anything.
she hears. I was gonna say she hears in her head. I really wish she would. Actually, my telepathic doesn't have that accent. Um, I really wish you would let me know before you do that.
I kind of just said before you left.
I didn't know if that was in my head or not. It is hard to tell. But yeah,
so
I'm being careful going towards the voices.
yeah, so you head out there, and it's a few hundred yards as you move off into the trees there, enough that you kind of lose sight of the road behind you. Um, as you do start to hear, as you start to hear some voices there. Again, not shouting an alarm or anything else like that. And not like a lot, but people kind of talking, and it's just kind of carrying through the trees because it's again very quiet along this route. So. Um, with a stealth check, you're able to get up through the trees there very easily. There, you're not making any noise, don't startle any animals or crack any twigs very loudly, and are able to get up to a little bit of a clearing. And there seems to be like a little kind of lean-to style um, uh, shelter set up, and a couple of people milling around.
Give me a perception check to see what good details you pick up.
Can do. That's not bad.
Nice, very good. So, you catch immediately that while there isn't a voice of alarm, like there's no one shouting and yelling, running around with that, there's definitely a more voices in concern. Like, oh, what was that? Where did they come back? What's going on? What happened to them? And like, settle down. It's not. We don't know what happened. They may have just wandered off. I don't know. But look, I mean, there's blood there. Can't you see that? Like, of course, right. But I mean,
I'm gonna whisper in one of their heads now.
as you can see,
the one I
them.
can see. Yeah. Don't panic.
They panic.
Yeah.
Give me like, listen, like
Only one of them hurt me.
Like, is it? Well, he's like, the first one just like, what's that? What? And it was like, what are you talking about? What's going on? And so it's immediately just like the first one panics to hear the voice in his head, and the second one panics because the first one panicked. And you see there's a third person that's kind of off that comes rushing in. It's like, what? And at this point, you can kind of see they're all dressed in ratty kind of leathers and ragged looking clothing. There's definitely a hood pulled up, kind of hoods and fur type hats. There's one has like a hand axe on his belt. Another one has a short bow slung over his shoulder. Third one that comes running in does have an actual like longbow, a pretty nice looking longbow at least, and comes rushing in there. He's actually got more like leather armor on, and thick boots and stuff. Comes running in. What's going on?
Now,
And
the more calm one that ran in to like what's going
Mhm.
on, I'm gonna telepathically message him like, look, I'm right here. I can make my presence known if you wish. Just don't shoot me right as soon as I make my presence known.
Okay, then at this point, let me just
And if depending on if they were behind me, like whoever was behind me, I would like put a hand back and like to make sure they,
yeah.
let it
He's
back up.
scanning the trees, kind of looking all around. He doesn't have any idea where you're at there. He's just sort
Yeah.
of like looking for anything there. Like, and can they speak back to you? Is it
They
ability?
evidently can, according to
Okay.
this, because it's just telepathy, meaning I can understand. Wait, hold on, let me double check.
Okay, yeah. Let's double check that. So Ghostwise Halfling.
Yep, I'm in it.
Yep.
Or not. Hold on.
Yeah, one second. I can pull up too. Let me switch over to that view real fast. Just double check that real quick there because I want to make sure I know what we're doing. Doesn't they can speak back. Interesting.
It just says I don't need to see a
Oh, doesn't say you speak back there. You know what? I'll just kind of like he essentially he doesn't know how to speak back essentially.
Right.
So he's kind of like narrowing his eyes, looking around
Yeah,
there, and you just
just
you hear him kind of mutter to under
yeah,
just
I'm
a
gonna
little
be like,
softly.
just nod your head if I know I won't be shot at as soon as I make my presence known.
And he's sort of glancing around. He's just at some point nods slowly.
Okay, I'll
And
step
his
out.
hands are not on his. He doesn't have his hands on his weapons or anything else like that.
Yeah,
You do see, he does have also a hand axe on his belt.
yeah. I'm gonna step out. My gun is at this point in my hidden. You'll see me. For those listening, you'll see me grab it before I would have did that, and it'll just disappear.
So, okay.
And then
So you put the gun away. Cool.
yeah. Now my crossbow obviously still be on my back, but
Yeah, but you're not in
it's
your
not
hands.
out. Right, exactly.
Okay.
Now listen. I heard a commotion. We're on the road doing our own task at the moment. We heard something was wrong and thought we might be able to help. And at that point, I would have made my presence known.
Okay. So the guy that you first talked to originally is who kind of panicked, and he's still kind of like looking like wide eyes, like, "Did you take him? Did you do this?
Calm down.
What's going on?"
Listen. Shut your pie hole for just a second. I don't know you're talking about. I just went, and I'm not alone. Just FYI, I'm just wanting to know if we can help. Who disappeared? What are you looking for?
Okay. You do know that, by the way, that Amethyst still can hear you if you
Right.
when you think to her. So again, you can keep her in.
Yep.
Okay,
As long as she can,
that.
she'll be able to hear everything. I'm not like keeping anything like
Oh, you're
that.
gonna keep an open channel.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
100%.
Okay,
Yep.
so Amethyst, you are kind of hearing what he's almost. Essentially, you can't see it, but you hear him narrating it a little bit in his head. There, 3 guys. One's really jumpy. One's a little bit agitated, and one seems pretty calm and a little more competent. A shelter of some kind. Um, Trevor, you've seen guys like this before. They're kind of uh, you won't like call them bandits
As
or
long as she can't.
highwaymen because they're not really for that. They're more like scavengers,
Right.
hunter types of that. They kind of live off in the area there. When people go by, they kind of follow along to see if they dropped anything.
Gotcha.
If they get attacked by animals or creatures, they'll go in and loot the stuff that they
Right.
can. But they don't like you can see that this type of a camp set up there and this type of gear, they wouldn't be attacking someone. Maybe a lone traveler they might, but
Right.
typically not. At least in your experience. Um,
Right.
so the panicky one, the calm one, the third one that showed up there with the longbow, he just kind of like holds out his hand to the other two and say, "Look, we had 2 other people here at our camp. We were all out looking for food, doing some hunting, and when we came back, the other 2 were gone."
Did you? And I heard him tell something about blood, right?
And he kind of points over to where in the lean-to area there. There's some blood there.
Is it splattered or is it pooled, or a combination of the two?
Um, I'm not really a medicine type person. It's not all over the place. Looks like maybe someone was stabbed or shot. They weren't torn open by an animal of some kind. I can say that much.
I'll go up to him. I'm going to
Okay.
approach. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm
All
going
right.
to start heading towards the way that
Yep.
you
And
went.
I'd like to look at the where the bodies were. Can I do a medicine check,
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
would it be an investigation? I think it'd be medicine. Right?
Either
Specifically for-
either investigation is to pick up details. Yeah, so I think it should be fine.
with blood.
Either one.
Oh, I'm rolling good
Go.
for this shit today. All
There
right.
you go. You can see there's definitely enough blood here that someone was definitely stabbed.
Right.
By what you can't tell exactly, but there's enough blood here that someone was definitely stabbed. And but there's not you don't see drag marks like someone wasn't dragged away from here, as far as you know. As far as you can see anyway. So someone was stabbed, bled out here somehow, and then the body was maybe taken. You're not sure.
All right. And at this point, Amethyst, if you be so, and at this point, the channel's been blocked off between them, so only Amethyst can hear me now. If you would just go back and get the rest of the party and have us join us, I will gladly explain to them what's about to happen.
Okay.
Now, listen. So don't. Your friends are a little jumpy. I can appreciate the conversation, but you're about to be approached by about 3 other people as well, or 4 people as well. In just a few minutes, I assure you they are there. That we are here to help. That's if they're willing to, of course. But I will gladly partake in helping you locate these people.
Oh, okay. So,
So
yeah, you guys can.
if we're going in to talk to them and do stuff,
Well,
I'm going to activate my mana tech,
Which one? The
disguise self.
cool. What are you gonna look like?
A girly version of Trevor.
So,
Can I look like Trevor? But like
uh,
the
you can
girl
look like
size?
me, but you're not going
size.
to change the
Change the
size.
size.
You look like
Yeah.
a tall, like
So
5
you
foot.
can.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're tiny,
You,
aren't you?
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
a tiny.
Would
I'm
be.
a baby. Well, I'm just a wee baby. Sorry.
Okay, then I'll just look human.
Okay. So you have the human version. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. The same
I'll do the
gear,
same thing.
everything. Yeah, I'm not changing the gear. I'm just changing facial arms and feet type thing
Okay.
and hide my tail.
Um. Sure.
I'll
Yeah.
do
So
the same.
not hard to do. So yeah, the two of you both activate your devices there and look human versions of yourself. Um, so same clothing for the most part, same armor and everything else, but just different, just human looking. Okay,
Correct.
easy enough. Nothing that would cause any of them to suspect anything. Yeah, exactly. You can't change body type. So while your tail can kind of just be tucked in until you both had this long enough and done this enough to kind of know how to deal with your tail. So we'll just say that you can definitely look past for human.
Rapid
Amethyst, you
work.
have a tail?
Yeah,
I'm a
Tabaxi has
cat.
tails.
I'm a cat.
I turn around and show you my tail.
Well, you can't see it anymore because you're disguised.
Right. But I mean, like, I forgot that I had done that and still turned around and wiggled.
Good save, Nona. Or good save, sorry. Good
Yep.
save.
Nice twerking.
No, stop! Stop! No twerking.
So, so that's the review. Eldon's is like, you go ahead. I'll be fine. And just call out if you need anything.
I tell
I think we should probably stay together in case bandits come to the. Mind you,
Well, I'm gonna
Well,
leave.
I'll
we're
stay here.
supposed to be
I'll
looking
stay.
after this.
Yeah.
I'll stay here with the wagon. It's fine. I'll keep an eye on here and make sure everything's okay here, and I'll send up a signal if anything happens here.
And
Okay, that's a
Catherine
good
and
idea.
Reese will stay with him.
Yeah, no problem there. So they kind of stick with the horses as you guys head off the tree there. So before you get to the campsite there, go ahead and give me investigation or survival or perception, whichever is going to work best for whichever of you. Trevor, yours is fine so far. You definitely found some details there. Nice. Okay.
You
Wow.
said investigation or what?
Survival or perception, whichever one of those three.
Oh, I don't have any of those three.
So just roll whichever one you got a bonus for.
Okay.
I think probably survival or perception.
No, they're both zeros.
Okay.
I'm gonna do perception anyways.
Okay. Okay. So as you approach there, your focus is just locked on these three, because you're immediately thinking highwaymen, bandits, and
Right.
you're taking all their details in, and so you can see that they're all armed. Only the one of them is really armored, so if they are, they're not very good. And so you kind of come to the impression similar to Trevor did. These are probably just road scavengers. They don't typically cause a problem unless someone's really weak or anything else like that. So they could be a nuisance, but they've never been a problem. Let's just say. Um, Lucas and Amethyst, the two of you, as you kind of do this like forensic like analysis from top to bottom. It's just like taking all the view here. And again, you see like there are 5 bed rolls in this little lean-to. It's about maybe 8-9 feet long, with just bed rolls kind of tucked in this little lean-to there. A cooking pot, a fire pit kind of thing. And the smoke you're smelling is definitely coming from the fire pit. It is still lit, and obviously they were cooking in the middle of things. Where Trevor's looking right now is looking at what one of the bed rolls. There's obviously so you see some blood, and again, same kind of a thing there. You can see that there's a definitely blood, not spattered, but blood at one of the sleeping areas here.
Do I just FYI, or just
Mhm.
out of curiosity, do I notice when I was looking at them before you said I've seen some stuff on them? Do any of them have daggers by chance?
Um, they have like probably, you see kind of like a hunting knife kind of thing. Not like a weapon type dagger, but more like a utility knife, kind of for a skinning knife, or just kind of a utility knife for hunting. But not like a stiletto or anything else like
Do I
that.
do I see are they sheathed or are they just kind of on there in like a little bracelet
Yeah, they're
thing?
going to be in sort of a little sheath on their belt. Yeah, it's just sort of like just
Yeah.
one's sort of like a antler type handle, one like a
Yeah.
kind of crude wooden handle. I mean, they're fairly standard looking hunting type
Right.
implements.
Now listen, I'm gonna show you all something right quick, and then I'll like twerk. That's a weird, interesting way to put it. But I'll like flick my
Get out of your
wrist
head.
and then right. I'll flick my wrist and put out my pistol, and I'm like, what kind of weapons are you all using? and then kind of entice them to pull out their any knives that they have.
They
Or
kind of look at you like in confusion of like what the heck you're doing, pulling a weapon. Lucas, I just wanted to finish off there. So, because you spotted something else, there is what looks like some footprints or foot traffic to the left, off in the trees, and you're not sure if. And one of them, just at a glance, as you move up the air, there are two sets of footprints that are smaller than the rest.
Right. Do they look like the creatures we fought before, possibly?
About that size, sure.
Ugh.
Yeah, they're definitely small
Yeah.
size. They're about Trevor sized.
But
Trevor and
that
Elvin
is
sized.
small.
Yeah,
Luke,
that's the size they are.
are they barefoot or are they wearing boots?
Well, you don't see it. You're in the middle of
Yes.
like interrogation time with
Oh yeah,
with
that's
your
right.
pistol out there. So,
Yeah, that's right. Lucas
so you'll see that there as you guys approach. The two of you, taking note of those things there, of what you see there. Trevor, at this point, your gun is out, and they're kind of looking at confusion because they don't really know what the gun is. So, like,
right.
what's that? What you want to see our weapons? And
Yeah.
they kind of just like put their hands up and kind of like motion to their belts. Like, one has a hand axe and a hunting knife. One has basically a hunting knife, and he kind of points to like a cudgel that's on the
Yeah.
ground next to the
Just out of
lean-to.
curiosity, who made those hunting knives? Are you aware?
We just got them from Provisioner. I think I got mine from a hunter that
That is
sold.
some mighty fine craftsmanship. May I see them? I will give them right back. I assure you.
Give me a
I'm
persuasion.
gonna. I was gonna say.
Persuasion check. Like, you want to take our knives? What?
Nah, you can just show them to me. I don't have to
I
hold
mean,
them in my hand.
I mean, still a persuasion check.
Yeah.
Kind of
I'm
freaking
surprised
them
it's
out
not
at this point.
deception check because I'm completely lying to them. I just want to make sure there's no blood on the fucking knives. But yeah, perception check it is.
Persuasion.
Or persuasion. I knew that. Good,
Yeah.
because that was a 4. All right, cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Nah, fucking better.
Okay.
I deserve that.
Yeah. So they're kind of like, you're not taking our stuff, and they kind of back away from you, like kind of their hands up there, like no, you leave our stuff alone. Like,
No, I'm just hoping that
I think I see where he's going with this. I can guarantee you won't find any blood on those knives. Yeah, that's the longbowman there. Like,
and yeah, and the one, but just out of curiosity, I'm not trying to accuse. I just want to know what we get into before we do. You weren't with them when they seen it, right? You came in last. So how would you not know that they had done it?
Because they raised the alarm. They were calling out that someone had, and they were talking about it as I was arrived, and I was only 20 yards away.
I guess that does make sense, especially considering somebody obviously moved the bodies.
I mean, I said we were all off on our own, doing our own things.
No, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. I guess so. Do you want us to? Are you going to follow suit in with us with these footprints? First, the rest of the group, I'm guessing, has been caught up by this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all there looking around.
Okay. I'm making sure they're okay with even helping. They might not want to. They might want to get about our day, but
I mean, you do have.
Looks will point out the footprints and say it looks like they're possibly the creatures we fought before. They're the troll-like halflings.
Oh no, more of them trollings.
Well, I don't know what I mean. So as he moves, as the guy moves around there, and you point out that, like, oh, yeah, those are. Well, if it's only a couple, he kind of glances, and let me see if he gets a decent roll here. Let's just see how.
I can't remember what he said they were. Those troll-like creature things.
Trollings.
I do believe he called them trollings.
Oh, he didn't say.
Yeah, I meant Jim. I just said it in my accent.
Yeah. He sounds like, well, I see what you mean. I guess we can. Well, I'll definitely track those things down. Those are only two sets of prints. So.
Well, before you do that, are you aware of what these things can do, and are you aware of what these creatures are?
You don't know. You didn't fight them.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? We fought
You were
trolls
there.
before.
You weren't. You weren't.
Oh, that's right. I did the yeah.
Yeah, you did a
Okay,
session
got it,
0 where you
got it,
kind of
got it,
that's
got it,
it.
got it, got
Got
it.
it.
Yep, yep.
You've
Okay,
heard
got it.
about them, yes, yes. You've been filled in about them. You haven't seen them in person yet.
We've
Yep.
told you all about them.
So I would know then, so I could tell them at
Yeah,
this
yeah,
point.
you would know about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you
So
hadn't fought them.
a few things. One, fire would definitely be appropriate. Two, they do regenerate. Imagine a troll and a goblin had a love child that was the ugly side of both, and that's pretty much what a trolling is.
Never seen a goblin in person, but I get the concept at least. So, as for fire, well, we can bring fire with us, so that's good to know. So,
I've got fire.
They are hard to put down.
I've got some fire.
We know you do.
so Zelda,
I do too. Yes.
You stayed with the
He
wagon.
stayed with the wagon.
you know, like, it's kind of way off in the background.
Present background, yeah.
Well, I mean, thanks for checking on us. I think we'll be okay from here. You
Yeah, we
Go.
do have a lot to attend to.
be about your way.
If he needs
And-
help, we should help him.
Clearly they don't want our help, and I'm sure these three are capable of defeating them. From what you told me of them, they aren't that much of a threat, and they look well. This one at least looks fairly capable. The two others might run a little bit.
They're not. They don't seem to be like complete idiots. They're just
They're just
kind of ragged looking.
no. Are you sure you don't want us to stick around? We happily will.
I assume you're not going to go wandering off into the trees when you have a party with you. That's I don't know. That's really look. There could be other things. If whatever those things were, they could be out there. So you want to stick with your stuff, right?
Fair enough.
We got this.
All right. And then I'll do the I'll do that old time
wagons.
like old Norse handshake where you grab them by the wrist and like shake. You know what I mean? And then
It's sort of like little tiny hand
Yeah.
on
because
kinda
I'm
holds up
short, got it.
you kind of like sure, kind of does a little awkward like sure. Well, good luck and safe travels to you.
Be well.
All right. And it kind of obviously, unless say otherwise. I mean, it's also their speak for we got this. Don't mess with our stuff.
I wasn't messing with their stuff. Trevor
I
was.
know.
No, I didn't mess with any such thing, and we will
Yeah.
be. Don't worry, we will be sure to check on their bodies when we get back.
So yeah, so eventually so you guys make your way back to the wagons there, fill people in what's going on. Eldon's like, well, it's best that we don't go wandering off. The wagon is here and things are on their way.
They're hiding something. Definitely.
You kind of move some stuff around. I mean, you find like so in with those roles both of you had there while you're looking around essentially while Trevor is talking, especially there, you see that there's a bunch of like knickknacks. There's obviously some like pelts and stuff that have been carved off of some animals. They're kind of hanging and drying, for lack of a better term.
Anything shiny?
I mean, nothing really. It's mostly just like stuff you find in the woods. So there'd be bundles of sticks and bundles of dried flowers and such like that. And so nothing that's really going to catch your eye at least.
All right.
Any shinies they would have, you realize are probably either tucked into their belts or pouches or whatever. Because they do have some like pouches and bags over their shoulders and stuff like that. So unless you wanted to rob them, but that's a different story.
No.
You see Trevor kind of pout at her saying no.
Is there anything else you want to do here before you part ways?
No, I
Trevor
think.
can do whatever he wants to. Just because I don't want to doesn't mean I won't.
No,
help
I'm
if
not
you
going to
do.
rob anybody.
I'm sure Sora would have something to say about
I
that.
was going to say, Sora, we got her panties in a bunch.
I stick my tongue out and blow a raspberry.
She'll get even sorer.
Why is she blowing raspberries at me? I do not like fruit that much.
And where do they come from? Good lord.
I know.
Not even in season.
That's not even that's a bad berry. That's not even a good berry at that point.
So
I
you
don't
get back
create good berries. That's what the hunters do,
Yeah, that's what Amethyst girlfriend's for, I know.
Oh, wait.
right?
Indeed.
So you back to the wagons there and fill them in what's going on, and the Darvel's a little concerned that things are attacking things this close to the road potentially. So, well, we should keep a move on then, and hopefully don't run anything like that ourselves. That would be bad.
I reckon. But we ought to be headed on our way to do what we need to do.
So
We are
continue on.
headed somewhere else. Yep.
Yep. You're able to make good time again. Uh, the day is a little bit some snow flurries are coming down, but not like heavily or anything else. That just enough to kind of that overcast sky, and it gets dark a little bit earlier than normal because there's no because all the clouds rolling in. You still managed a pretty clear trip and are able to get to another campsite a good ways along the road. This one, when you get there, there's actually a little shrine set up. Um, and Lucas, you recognize a little symbol, kind of a wheel symbol, and the shrine's almost in the shape of like a gateway, like a gate there. There's little wheel symbols put in there, and you realize it's a symbol of Farlangen, god of travel. Um, there's no like magic or anything weird about the place or any kind of like weird auras or anything else, but it's obviously just a little roadside shrine that people kept there. And there's a couple of offerings, um, little trinkets of some kind, little little some coins. Usually just some copper coins, just kind of left there at the base of this little wooden monument. Um, and I've definitely enough space to set up another little camp and be able to spend the night and in peace.
Although he is not my deity, I will drop a few coin
Okay.
to help us sleep through the night peacefully.
Okay. When you do, you don't really get. You feel kind of the air still for just a moment, and just a couple of seconds or so, and then the wind picks up again as normal again. Just a slight, just enough for you to notice as you drop the coins there. Um, there's um, you don't hear in this spot here. You don't hear even like the howl of wolves or anything off in the distance. You don't hear anything strange off in the trees. It's a fairly peaceful place as far as you can tell. Again, watches pass uneventfully. You're able to get a decent sleep, and morning comes, and you're on your way.
Can we have an inspiring speech this morning, just in case?
Yeah,
No, no.
yeah. Lucas would
Okay.
be happy to give an inspiring speech to the
And is
party.
that everyone, or is there a certain number? Is there a
No,
number
there's
capped to that? Everyone in a certain radius?
6, up to 6.
6. Okay. So obviously your party, you and uh, whichever. There's 2 retainers with Sora, and there's the driver and Porter. Um, so you can pick one of them to add on there as well. But I mean, regardless, everyone's kind of as you kind of tell everyone about the inspirational speech of the day, essentially as breakfast is being cooked and everyone's um,
Yeah, I'll talk about the fight with the creatures and how we beat them and how we all work together and
okay.
we work together as a party. So,
Yeah, sort of that. It would kind of get that like little more confident look in their eyes as they realize as things are going to be okay, kind of thing. And so you all get your how many temporary? Is it nine temporary hit points?
it's 10 now.
10. Okay, great. So you're 10 temporary hit points. God.
Do my entourage as well get that or no?
Only one of them would potentially, because there's 5. It's a 6
Okay.
people, and
I'm
so there's
gonna
5
give
of
it.
you.
Catherine
the
has it,
top.
just so you know.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
sure. So you kind of, so yeah, she'll get it. She'll get it there. So yeah, you're able to move along there, making good time. As it snowed a little bit heavier over the course of the night there, but not enough to cover or blanket everything in snow. Just a little dusting over everything as you move along. The roads are quiet and calm, and eventually you will come to. Darvel says, "This should be up ahead. We should be able to get to the forge way. Um, uh, Probably our first real stop." Um, I don't know if the weather's going to hold out on us or not, but definitely a good place to hold up for a decent meal and a chance to uh, get a bit of a rest. Um, actually, and it will just move on. It's actually so about 3-4 o'clock. You start to see a bit of a clearing ahead. The trees are a little thinner along this section here, and to the south of the road, you will see two large wooden structures, wood and stone actually. As you get closer there, they're both one. They're the larger the large the how do I say this. One of them is longer and wider and one story, and there's a second one that's obviously a barn of some kind. It's a two-story type of situation there. The road does. There's actually a little trail that heads off in that direction there, and it's set off maybe about 50 to 100 yards south of the road. Um, Large, with obviously an inn of some kind and an attached barn. Um, Darvel goes ahead and pulls the wagon on around to the barn, essentially, and parks it there for the moment there, and stretches. And I think it's about 4, almost 5 o'clock this time here. The sun's getting a little lower, and again, because of the overcast, it's getting a little darker than normal with this time. Um, this here's the Forge Way Inn. These things are kind of all over the place. Um, Chance to get a decent room. Not exactly cheap, but everything's clean and comfortable. Food's okay, um, but it's definitely a place to get warm and uh, get a bath and a good meal. Yeah, the beds are clean and comfortable. Um, no, God dang it. Uh,
It's just Metallica punch now.
it's all Metallica puns in the chat right
What
now.
the chat's gonna be, guys. Like,
Yep.
feel free. I want all the comments for anyone watching this video to leave Metallica pun. I'll be very happy with it.
I
Yes.
just thought of that one and started laughing before I even typed
I'll
it.
pin your post at
Nothing
the
else.
top.
Nothing else. Mattress. Nice.
I hate it, but I love it so much.
So, um, Darvel and Purr stick with the wagon for the most part there and says, "Why don't you head on in, get some rooms? We'll get the wagon secured and make sure um, everything's okay. And um, the horses should last a little while longer, so we'll get the saddles put away along with the wagon as well. So you don't need to worry about that. Sora, your horse, does that go away? Can you dismiss it
No,
and
I
call it
don't think
back?
so. I think it has to die for it to go away.
Okay, so they'll just lead the horse along if it'll listen to them. They'll just lead it along with the wagon, kind of leave it with the other horses for the most part.
Probably try to
Um,
feed it.
hmm?
We should
I don't.
probably
It
feed
doesn't.
it.
It doesn't really eat, so I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't eat anything. He
It's a,
can literally stand there
Oh
and
yeah.
do
it's a
whatever.
celestial horse. It's like it's not even a real horse.
Oh.
It's actually a summoned creature. Um, so you head on in to the tavern. One sec. To the inn.
Oh, I can dismiss it at any time.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so you're able to dismiss it then. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And
as you head in to the actual inn itself, we're going to move the map here then. To our person in charge of things.
I really wish you'd put the instrumental part of Nothing Else Matters on instead of this.
I know.
know.
Copyright strike 1 out of 2. Go.
I literally could not do that if I wanted to.
Right?
So.
I know. That would have been brilliant, though.
As you step inside, there is a sound of music.
Gotta say, sad but true.
Not the hills are alive or anything like that, but you do hear soft music playing there. And you glance around in this open, large, kind of square room. And there actually is a stage set up. Make sure over on the side of the room. There's no one actually there. The music's just sort of present in the room. You don't know where it's coming from exactly. And as you step inside, this man steps forward. Welcome to the Forge Way Inn. You have travelers there. I see a wagon just arrived. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yep.
Good. He just sort of kind of looks you over. Actually, point of order here. Do you look like yourselves again? Do we have
no,
a
I don't.
dragonkin? Okay, so you're back to there. Okay. So we need to keep track. This will be a new day, so you need to keep track of your charges. They only last for an hour at a time.
I was going to say they only last for an hour, so
Yeah. So
I'd definitely just be myself again.
Okay. All right. So you're back to yourself there. Okay. So yeah, keep in mind that they do have a down a little bit there. 1 sec. There we go. Good. All right. So yeah, there's a limited number of charges. I think you have 3 charges on that, so you have 3 hours worth of human-looking appearance. So you step in there. He looks you over. Each one of you there, and just. Trevor, you talked first there, I guess. Lucas, there you can step there. So, if you need, I assume you need rooms. Feel free to get in, come out of the cold. The common room here is for use of any of our patrons of our establishment. And he points back to this window beyond the stage back here. You'll see. The manager's right over that way. You can check in there, get your rooms, keys, everything else you need to do. Secure your get keys for the wagon and the barn. So feel free to relax and enjoy the Forge Way Inn.
Indeed, we appreciate the hospitality.
And go ahead and put yourselves on the map here. I'm going to put Eldon.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of food do you all usually serve here?
Basic fare for the most part. Nothing too elaborate. Our cooks do a good job there, but just typical meat and vegetable type things.
I've just been wanting steak for like 6 months straight, and have been without and would like one. But
I mean, more interesting fare usually costs a little extra, but I'm sure you can make do with what you need to do there.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and buy everybody a meal.
Well, that's jumping the gun a bit there because you're not.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
Where's the door?
Right down here.
That's the door.
That is the it's sort of a window essentially where and so as you approach there, look inside. Let me just go ahead and reveal this because this is. Okay, you see inside there an office with a woman sitting behind the desk there. As you approach, she does stand. You able to see everything there now? What's going on? Why is it token not showing up? Did I put it on the wrong layer? Sorry, my token's not moving on me here, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Do you have permissions to move it?
There we go. I got it. Yep. So as you approach the window there, she will step forward and some. You're here for rooms, I take it. And it's a woman there, kind of blondish hair pulled back into a bit of a messy bun there. A simple but nice cream-colored dress of some kind there.
nothing too fancy or elaborate. You do see that there's a little like a pendant or so of what looks like a door, almost like a door with an anvil set on it, kind of a rectangular door shaped thing with an anvil set on it there. Welcome to the Forgeway Inn. And she kind of glanced up there. How many rooms might you need? We have an assortment of rooms with different amenities available. Just
I would like to make a suggestion for the group, and this would be talking directly to the group, not so much her. I think we should keep parties tight tonight, maybe 2 rooms, and split it up accordingly.
okay. Well,
Okay.
you do have, remember, 5 party members and 4 more people in your group. So keep that in mind as you start getting rooms.
True. Now, since it's like a Manatech wagon, is it heated by chance? I know that's random, but I figure Manatech might be.
You will have found that the seats have a little warming function in them to keep them from getting too cold. But they're not like, it's not like a covered wagon or anything else. That it's more like a bench seat there. But there's a little device there you've seen Darvel use it a number of times there. Every now and then it just warms the seats so that they're not like riding on a cold hunk of wood.
I would very much not like to leave the wagons, or the wagon.
Well, right now they're still out with the wagon. They haven't come in with you guys yet.
I just don't know about leaving it completely.
Reese is with them.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that is right.
Yeah. So let's get Catherine on the map too, so we see that. Let's see her as well. There she is. So she'll probably be sticking by you. Once, so the assistant will kind of playing small talk or whatever. Eldon will just plunk himself at the first table he sees and pull out his book and start.
Whatever rooms, whatever you decide is fine.
So our rooms, we have, let's see here. We have our 1 gold rooms that have 2 beds. No real amenities there. Our 2 gold rooms have bunk beds, but they do have a chest of drawers and storage areas for things to keep them there. Those are 2 gold. Our 4 gold rooms have a bunk bed as well, but they do have a wash basin and toilet facilities and storage as well. Our 5 gold rooms have a much larger bed and much more comfortable setting in general, larger rooms. And our 10 gold rooms have their own bath and a larger double occupancy bed. So anywhere from 1 to 10 gold, depending which one they spend there. 2 meal tokens will be given to each occupant for breakfast and dinner. We do serve evening meals and morning meals, and those will each come with a drink as well. Anything beyond that, you can order more specific fare, or you can order more stout type drinks if you want. Those are available as well.
My major domo is standing right next to Trevor and waiting
That's
for him to
Lucas.
finish. Or Lucas, I apologize.
Yeah. Right. So, what sort of
Well, what
accommodations do you want to go for here? So 1, 2, 4, 5, 10.
Well, once we get the price list, obviously I'll go back to the party and ask them what they
Okay.
want.
Okay.
I'm okay with basic if everybody else is.
So the 1 gold
Yeah,
rooms just
yeah.
have two single beds, a hook to hang things on, but that's about it. The 2 gold ones have more of a bunk bed, but they actually have storage and a little more space to maneuver around in. 4 gold also has bunk beds, but again, more storage and more space. And has actual like a basin and a little toilet in there. And so yeah, it kind of goes up from there.
So Catherine's gonna order a 10 gold bedroom.
Okay.
And was it the 5 gold has the restroom in it?
Actually, the 4, 5, and 10 all have have their own little toilets in them. The 10 one has a bathtub in it,
Okay.
and a double sized bed.
Yes. So she'll order a 4 and a 10.
Okay. The 4 does have a bunk bed and toilet and basin, so 2 people can sleep in that one. Okay. So 4 and a 10. Cool. Because Catherine knowing that, I will reveal that part of the map so you can see where your rooms are.
So who's in which rooms?
Well, we'll kind of go from the. So let me show you where all the rooms are at. There, I'll reveal that portion. You can kind of go from there. What you want to do.
Are we doing girls and boys, Sora?
I don't know what y'all are doing, but my major domo is getting me the biggest room possible with a bathtub in it, and my entourage is in their own other room.
Okay, so we'll just show it here. I'm going to ping the map here so you can see where you're at. Can you all see the rooms now? Oh, there's 2 more rooms. 1 second here. Let me reveal those last 2 rooms.
So are you not sharing? Are you just going in one on your own?
I mean, you can come with me if you want.
It's a double bed. There's no
Double bed.
Oh.
Okay, so I'll point them out here so you can see here. So basically, you'll get this is the 10 gold room, bathtub, facilities, like that, big double bed, and right across the hall is the 4 gold. Okay,
that's
so
where
you're
going.
Okay, so there's a 4 gold here. So either one of these 2 is available. You can go either one of these 2.
Eldon and I will take just a single bed, if anything, just the most basic rooms.
So the 1 gold rooms are these guys over here with just the twin beds. And I will say that right now, let me just put a little shape on there so we can have it. This one is occupied. I'm just going to put that on there. Does that show up? A little circle. That did not come through very well. Let me go through a little regular. Yeah, so that one's occupied. Undo that. And you will find out that, again, this one is occupied currently. So she'll just tell you that those aren't available there. So yeah, you have those 2 there. This is a 4 gold room. So this is another 5 gold room over here. These are 1 gold. These are 2.
We don't see you pinging.
Sorry, so 5 gold are here. 1 gold are here. The 2 golds are here, and that's the 4 gold there, and the 10 gold. There's a few other rooms left. So she'll tell you that these right here are communal bath facilities for anyone else that wants to use them. There's 2 doors. This door here and this door here are the kind of communal bath areas where there's toilet facilities and bathtubs and wash basins and such. This door is employees only. Okay. So I'm getting messages from Elmi. So.
Same.
Yep. No problem. No fine. So go ahead and put your tokens for the moment where you're at, and I'll mark them so I know who's where. Okay, you guys taking that one there. Okay. So let me just go ahead and do. And we'll go with real quick. Lucas.
Yep. I'm gonna get right here, and then Eldon can, and that way me and Lucas and Eldon are all kind of together.
Sora. And then, okay, we'll go ahead and do Trevor. So that leaves Avress, you bunking with
Yeah, because I thought he was the only one on his own, but now Sora's saying she's going to be on her own, but can't one of her people go with her so that she's not alone?
It's up to her. If she wants to be alone, she can be alone.
Yeah, we're all surrounded. I don't think it'll be much of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I was going to have Eldon's bunk with me as well.
Sure. Yeah.
That way, at least 4 of us are,
Okay. In that case, we'll just go ahead and put. Well, but actually, I will bring out his token because he is here.
Yeah,
Grab
he's
it
on the
fast.
top right.
Lululu. Where are they? So, by the way, I don't think you've seen him yet there. This is Darville. And this is Persh. Those are your driver and your porter.
They
And
got
so-
a place the lit to sleep, right?
Yeah, they'll bunk in here. And you'll find from them that they'll actually take turns going out and staying with the wagon. The wagon actually gets put into a locked stall, essentially, along with your saddles. So that way they're all kind of locked up there, and they have the key for it. So as they come in there, you'll see that we'll go ahead and just say that Persh comes in initially, and just flashes the key. Got the key to the stall here. We should be okay. Don't worry about anything. We'll keep an eye on things. Yeah. So you're able to get into your rooms fairly easily there. Again, the Sora's room, you do have your own bathtub. They have a little wash basin, a little toilet, and it is a Manatech toilet, so you can just press a button and whatever's in there goes away. The bathtub in there has a little function to actually bring water in, and it's warm. And you can set hot or cold water, and it will just fill up. Nobody else has that function there. You guys are all in normal rooms. Yeah. So your rooms again, just a bed, a hook on the wall to hang things. You can put things under the bed as well. But the beds are quite clean and comfortable as you lay down there. The blankets are soft and smell good. The mattresses are a decent quality, so you're not like having to sleep on rocks or anything else like that. So yeah, it's pretty good overall. As you settle in there. As just a couple people you see, these two in the front room as you walk by, they're both wearing, well, the man, you can kind of see this here, is wearing a thick like kind of a cowl type thing with the hood pulled up, and he does keep the hood up there. He's not carrying much of anything. There's a basic pouch on his belt. And he does have a knife on the other belt there, sort of a dagger type a knife of some kind there. It's a sheath in the side. This one sitting across from him has a little more stylized hood, kind of beads in her hair there. And Lucas, you will kind of catch a little bit of iconography of like the Raven Queen kind of thing. So the not sure exactly, but you see kind of that raven emblem on the choker around her neck as she goes by there, and she's also carrying a very similar looking knife on her belt. But other than that, you don't see anything else in terms of gear or anything else. Again, this door right here says employees only, has a big old placard on it. This is the female washroom and the male washroom. This area up here, we'll just kind of fast forward to partially evening here. You will find that the front room serves food. The kitchen is behind this door and, well, this door over here. There is a halfling waiter type person who hangs out over by the table, the counter here. You're not sure exactly. That's a good question, Amethyst. They just happen to. It's not really a common thing per se, but
Our DM assumed genders. He should be ashamed of himself.
no, the Forge Way in assumed genders. And now I will say, no one would prevent you from going in there. They're just labeled as such. So if you want to go in there, you feel free to check it out.
I am small. I will go to the disabled. Thank you.
Okay. So
You
when
can
you
go
go
in the
in,
ladies one.
okay,
I'll go in the
when you
men.
go in there, Amethyst, let me just as you step inside, there is an attendant, and it's a man.
A male one?
Yes, a male one happens to be in
Ew.
there. Now, as I said, this is okay, one sec. In the female, oh, my mouse is acting up on me here. You do see a female attendant in there. And essentially, as you open the door to the male one first there, you see the man just saying there, may I help you? Do you need to draw a bath? Do you need to use any facilities there? I can step outside if you need, or to take care of any needs you might have. And as you kind of like back out of there going, ew, and step in there, the female says the exact same speech. May I help you? May I draw you a bath? Anything I can get for you?
I'd like a bath, please.
Of course. And she says, hot, warm, or cold?
Warm, please.
Okay. So she essentially does something on the side of the tub there, and the water starts to fill up there. There's a slight bit of steam because it's not a hot bath, but it's not exactly hot outside. The bath will fill up with water, and she will say, "Do you want me to step outside?"
Yes, please.
Okay. And so she will very calmly. Geez, my mouse is just being dumb.
Get out.
Step out into the hallway. So, and you're able to take a bath, no problem.
Awesome.
So food is very basic. Trevor, for your steak, for a well prepared steak, it will be an extra gold, essentially.
Worth it.
And it will come with a decent whatever drink you want to come with it as well. The room off to the side here, they actually, when you go to order your food, the little halfling waiter there person. Let's see.
Hey, let me put myself in the common or the dining area.
Yeah.
Okay. I just marked off 2 gold off my map, 1 for the room and 1 for the dinner.
Okay. So, geez, my batteries are dying. My mouse. This is terrible. Okay. So, but essentially, as you go to seat there, this little halfling in a suit will actually walk up to you. Blonde, the kind of the bushy sideburns down the side there, almost like a little tuxedo type outfit there, will actually walk up and ask you, what would you say? It takes your order essentially, and informs you there will be an extra charge for something like that, and as happily there, you can have your room in the common room here, or you can have your room have your meal in the lounge if you wish.
Oh, mine.
Who is that?
Yeah, I don't know, but it just changed colors.
Get out of there. Sorry.
That
Someone
was
put a torch token on the map. Okay. Someone put an extra token on the map there. That's weird. Who did that?
I didn't. I'm just looking here. Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to go to the lounge, I can bring your food in there if you wish.
No. Eldon. Presumably, I would have invited Eldon and would have gathered the rest of the group to see if they wanted any food too. No, out here would be just fine.
Okay. So you can kind of there's enough room to put 4 of you around a table fairly comfortably. You can kind of nudge a couple tables together if you want, and they don't have a problem with that. And so you're able to get whatever meals you want there. I said the basic meals, just kind of basic like stew type foods and bread and vegetable type things. Nothing elaborate, nothing too fancy. You're able to get that with your room tokens essentially, food tokens there. If you want something extra, it will cost extra.
Yeah,
so.
like the steak. I would just get us both, Eldon and I both a steak.
Okay. So
presumably he eats meat anyway.
I assume so. Yes. Feel free to place yourselves where you want to be there. Persh is just you don't see him again for a while. He just goes and sacks out in his room. Presumably, Darvel stays out with the wagon for now.
I would think so. Somebody needs to, just in case.
Yep.
Okay. Reese is still technically out there.
Reese is out there? Okay. Okay.
I put his picture over in his room, but he's still out there.
Okay, that's fine. So Reese is out there as well. Good to know. Okay. So we have everyone out in the common room there. The two that are here eventually eventually after they finish their meal, they will leave. They don't really say much of anything to you or even to each other for the most part, but they do head out head out here, and disappear. Let's go ahead and they head out there and poof. At some point, you hear. Okay. So swords are in the room there. All right.
It's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. All right. So as you're sitting there, Lucas and Trevor, Eldon too, you will hear kind of a clack sound, of and a bunch of tick, 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 tick. And not sure who might. You can give me an intelligence check. Just a straight up intelligence check.
Who is?
This would be who's ever in the common room at this point.
Yeah, fucking rip. Nope, not with that.
Okay.
Lucas, I
and
think you need to go to school.
he's doing just fine.
I was gonna say Lucas rolled pretty damn high.
I'll join him after my bath.
Okay. All right. Lucas, you recognize the sound. Is the sound of billiards? Like literally a pool table, essentially. Yeah. And it sounds like it's coming from the lounge.
No.
So again,
That is impossible.
Amethyst, yeah. As you come in there, you kind of hearing the music that's kind of still coming from somewhere. You don't know where exactly, but you hear this like weird clacking sound. You look over at the doorway almost immediately. Like, what's that sound? So just, I mean, it's like, like, the heck is that? You no clue off the top of your head, but you definitely hear it. And actually, no, with that roll, yeah, you would have heard in some of the larger cities. Occasionally, you found yourself in some common room type places or some bars and such. And yeah, there's some sort of a game that involves hitting balls around on a table with a big stick.
I've never heard of such a game. I'd like to play.
Yeah. Right. Eldon says he's going to stay here reading his book because that's what he does.
I can show you how it's done.
Lucas, Amethyst, would you all mind showing me how it's done? Maybe seeing who else is up there playing?
Yeah, we'll go have a look.
Of course. All right, so move yourselves into the lounge here anywhere. So in here, you will see that there is another actual like bartender in a bar here. And there's a woman kind of standing in the corner over here, a little more a little more in the way of kind of a high neck dress, looking kind of proper, and just sort of like just looking around the room, kind of stone faced, not really like, I mean, not like unfriendly, but just looking, just kind of looking around, like, what's next for me to do? What's next for me to do? Just very kind of like business like in her look.
Which one on the top right or the one by the billiard table?
The one on the top right. So this one here.
Okay.
So bartender and waitress.
Gotcha.
Server, waiter, was that. At the table right now, you see very gruff looking, kind of definite dark eyes. You see kind of a what looks like fairly plain but well-worn attire, kind of scruff of a beard, slightly, but just has that look of someone who's spent a lot of time outdoors looking in there. And he just sort of glances up as you guys all walk in there and finishes, kind of hits another ball on the table there, and kind of glances around and, do you want the table?
Presumably so. I've only now just caught of what you were doing.
I was just messing around, really. I don't know what I'm doing, so It just looked kind of interesting. So, and he will. It's okay. Take the table. I got another drink coming there, and he kind of waves over to the waitress there, and he wanders over to here.
Speaking of which, bartender and perhaps the waitress too. Could I get an apple toddy to my friend over there in the lounge?
Oh, not more of those.
He looks at you like, I've got beer, I've got ale, and I've got water, and I've got some harder stuff. I don't know what an apple toddy is.
If you would just do me the favor of giving him some of the harder stuff and telling him it's an apple toddy, that would be just fine.
All right, and he pulls out like essentially it pulls out like a shot of whiskey, essentially.
Yep, fine. Give him 2. Yeah.
I told him he can join us if he wants to.
Oh, he kind of like at this point we'll cut to Eldon. He looks up from his book and then notices everyone's gone.
Yeah, he's just like, wait, what?
Huh? And then shrugs and goes back to reading his book.
Oh well.
So yeah, some drinks, some pool, a fairly easy night passes there. You'll see that along the back wall here are a set of dartboards, and this guy sitting here is like drinking his drink there with one hand, and he's got like a mug of beer, like a tankard of ale, or whatever, and he's just sitting there with a set of darts, and he's just sitting down, and looking over there, and just hucking the darts up at the board from where he's sitting, and hitting the board. I mean, he's not like hitting bullseyes or anything else, but he's actually hitting the board from like seating position across the room. He's like,
so he's a ranger or something.
He's a drink.
Oh, now,
Something.
man, I'll tell you what. I am getting a bit of a, what's it called? A texture overload? Or no, that's not that. Fuck, that's not right at all. I'm trying to think of the real word. Out of character, I fucked that up. Yeah. So like basically like everything going on, like because the lounge, like this is definitely like he's trying to play a fool here, but like this is definitely my element when it comes like places like this. So it's like
yeah, absolutely. I mean, you want to sit down and start up a round of darts for a coin.
As soon as I seen that, I seen like definitely
Sure.
I wouldn't even play coy on the darts. Like I wouldn't even try to play dumb. Like I was going to try to hustle.
Sure. I mean, you want to play? Sure. And
yeah, definitely.
Essentially, does the so basically you're gonna do so it's gonna be a dex check. I mean,
I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Actually, it could be dex for proficiency. So just give me dex for proficiency.
Should I move my character up there, or where it was right here? Fine for now.
I should be fine here for now.
Okay.
Here's fine. Yeah. Okay.
I like how right now, by the way, guys, out of character, we're enticing people to play D&D even more, and that's why I play this game. Because one of my friends is texting me now that I'm actually talking to about everything that's going on because she's watching the stream right now, and I think that is so cool. I'm so happy about this, guys. You don't even know. All right. Anyway, but yeah. So a dex check.
One of my friends is watching too.
Outstanding. So actually, go ahead and D20 plus your proficiency and dexterity. It's a range attack roll.
You said D20.
And he's going to roll as well.
Plus my proficiency, which is a 3. So that's bad. So that's a 12, but also a dexterity thing.
Yeah, so you're going to add your dex and your proficiency, so 3 plus. So you have 15 then. So dexterity is plus 3, proficiency is plus 3. So yes, so 15 total.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's a pretty good round there. I mean, you don't like both like nail the bullseye and all that, but the first round does go to him. We'll go ahead and make another check there to see if we do best of 3 essentially.
Yep.
Go ahead and so do D20 plus 6 for you.
Oh, D20 plus 6. All right, sorry.
So
that was the wrong one then.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be D20 plus 6.
So 18.
Nice. So
oh, no,
yeah, so
the
second round definitely goes to you. You definitely get the better score. And we'll go one more round just to see. And so he kind of like nudges you like, oh, not bad. And just takes another long drink. Yeah, we'll go for the third round here. See what you end up with, and how much coin are you putting down?
Just a silver for the first time.
Okay, cool. All right, so last roll. Go for it. You know.
Oh, that was still a 1. That was almost a guy. You don't know. You don't know.
Wow.
Oh, that was a 1, and it cocked over. I'm like, oh god.
So we'll just say that he's just like, and so we'll just say with a 22, you go ahead and you nail the bullseye.
Huh.
And
beginner's
like,
luck.
and so and he kind of looks at you like, oh, I see. And I mean, and so he like lines up the shot there, and he goes for it, and he's going, and he's like just a hair shy of the triple 20. So it would beat you for that round there. So he's just like, thunk. Oh, and you see him kind of wince a little bit there, and fine, all right.
How about you know what? Why don't you keep your silver for that one? Let's call that beginner's luck on my part. How about one more?
One more.
Best of 3. Let's put a little bit more money on the table, shall we? How about what do you say? 10 gold rich for your blood?
A bit. Yeah, I mean,
Well, I'll tell you what. Whatever you're comfortable putting down, I'll match for you.
He puts down a gold. Sure.
Okay.
Okay. And he just looks at you like, go ahead and go first. And so he lines up there. Okay. So first round of the 3 goes to you. Yeah, you definitely you sink it. You get an 18. He gets a 13 on the board.
No, God.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Trying to go for a big score and just blew it there. And he just nails like triple 20. Just boom.
Right.
Like, so
on this third one.
So
on this third one. I know what you're going to do, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm looking directly at him, not looking at the board.
Okay.
I'm guessing you want me to roll for disadvantage on that one?
Sure.
Okay, I figured. I mean, it's only fair, right? Because I'm not even looking.
Not terrible. Not terrible. So it's 23 and a 17. It's supposed to be more of a person there. He looks at you, kind of smiles, and we'll just go ahead and. So he looks at you, like he looks at you, just kind of smiles and just tosses it there. And obviously he gets the 20, you get the 14, that's 17. So
100% deserve that loss there, don't I?
So he just like takes the gold coin in 2 fingers and thank you very much. I appreciate it.
What's your name, traveler?
My name is Barton.
Barton. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Dorn Barton.
He just did he just James Bond me?
He did. Barton.
That's what it sounded like.
Fucking James Bond me. All right.
It was almost Clint, but
I would call I would call the waitress over and have Barton here order whatever he wanted on me.
Okay. So yeah, so some drinks go around there. And so we know Sora's in her room there studying everything else there. How about Amethyst is kind of Amethyst and Eldon are a little bit in their own element for there. Lucas, what are you up to?
I want to go and explore.
Oh, yeah. So you're gonna try to go in the employee area? You're gonna look on the hallways. You're gonna go outside. What do you feel like doing?
Everything. I want to know if there's a cellar. I want to look outside. Make sure things are all right.
Give me a stealth check. We'll just go ahead and see what you can, if you can sneak your way past some things.
I just stealthed in the kitchen and got cake, so I'm sure I can manage.
One sec here. Let me just do a big old. I'm not seeing his roll there yet.
I've not managed to do it yet. Sorry. My roll 20 has gone weird.
Yeah, mine's being a little bit pesky for the moment here.
It's gone full screen, and I'm not sure how to get out of it. I can't. Oh, here we go. Okay, rolling out.
Okay. Go. Okay. So not actually advantage. So, all right. So, you basically. So so you kind of see in the kitchen there. You see in the kitchen, and all three of them look at you. There is actually two cooks and a younger kind of boy who's kind of sitting on a little stool over by the doorway there. Dark hair. They all kind of look at you, kind of like and this cook's like, "You're not supposed to be in here," and you kind of have to
I'm
back out
sorry.
real quick.
I was looking
Yeah.
for somebody. I really do apologise.
Okay. He's kind of nods and it's all right. It's all right. And you head out here into the hallway. Let me just ping things here again. So make sure I'm on the right layer. There we go. Head back out into the hallway, and when no one's looking, kind of slip through the employee-only door over here. And you will see. Let me just reveal the last part of the map over here. You will find other rooms back this way. Essentially, yeah, you'll see doorways here. You don't know what's in them exactly. We'll just say I just revealed the map there, but it's okay. You'll see that basically this is where the employees would be sleeping and such. You want to try to? The doors are all locked back here.
I don't want to like rob anybody or anything.
Oh,
I
no,
was just
I'm just saying, if you happen to like jiggle a handle, they're locked.
so there's no cellar.
You don't see it. You don't see one at least. You don't see a place. I'm just gonna go and re-hide some of the interiors of the room so you don't see those. Technically. Yoink. There we go. All right. So yeah, you'll see the doorways there. The doorways are locked at the moment, so you're not going to see anything there specifically. All right, we are at 4:16 here. I'm going to advance something a little bit here just before we take our break. But I do want to get a chance to get a break here. Everyone involved. So we're going to move on here. So eventually you guys have a chance to sneak around there. You don't find a cellar door. You do find the doorways other places there. I will say, Amethyst there, you will, this first door here, I'm going to reveal that one again because it was kind of, this one here isn't locked. Pin that again. As you're in here. This one isn't locked, and when you open it up there, you see a set of bunk beds and lots of other space there. And there's a woman actually in the process of this kind of like folding some clothing and kind of fluffing some sheets and kind of putting away some laundry over here. And she kind of looks up at you like, "Oh, what are you doing over here? Who are you? Why are you're not supposed to be back here?"
Sorry, I got lost. I can't find my room.
Well, go back up through the employee door there. That's where all the rooms are. So I'm sure you'll be able to find it. There aren't that many places, but yeah, this is employees are only.
Oh, sorry. Who are you? What's your name? What do you do?
I'm just one of the attendants there. Just doing some laundry right now. For the moment there. But just do a lot of cleaning around and do things.
And what's your name?
I don't think I should be telling you my name. We're not really supposed to speak with the customers, but with the patrons specifically.
Oh, I won't tell anyone if you don't.
She kind of looks back and forth. That's Phaedra.
What a lovely name.
Thank you. And she kind of goes back to, I have some work to do, so go on back to your room and enjoy your stay.
Thank you very much. See you later.
Okay. And
I'll leave her alone.
Okay. At some point, as the evening progresses, we'll just go ahead and look at a couple changes here. The someone will notice this: the manager does move away, and the assistant manager kind of moves into the spot here. Anything else I need to do here? Nope, that's all good. Yep. As the evening progresses here, the cooks will go away as well, as the kitchen is closed eventually. And that at that point, the music does die down, and the place becomes quiet. As you kind of hear a little bit of the just sort of the clinking of glasses in the lounge and everything else. Um, how late do you guys intend to stay up?
I'll
Not
probably
too
be up
late.
till like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I was going to turn it a little bit earlier than that. Depending on what time it was now, I'd say roughly 10 or 11.
Okay.
Probably have to leave quite early, won't we? And
Yeah, exactly.
start. So
All right. So about that by that time there, so you won't get you find out the lounge is open until about midnight at the latest. So if it's looking like people aren't going to leave, they will kind of shoo you out there. We're gonna be closing the lounge. The common room is still open if you want to spend some time out there still. As you come out there, Eldon will already be sacked up in bed.
of course he will.
Yep. We'll go ahead and get him out of
Early
the way here.
rising freak.
Yep. So, whoop, hey, turn off. Music stops. There we go. Good. Not sure where the music started up
I-
again.
Is he speaking to Amethyst yet?
Who? Oh, Elda?
Eldon.
Yeah, he will be. He's been sort of just sort of more distracted as usual. Just in terms of like looking at his books there, he's kind of making lists of things he's going to be picking up there, and very much absorbed in what he's doing for the most part. There, so he's not. So you don't get the impression he's really being angry or ignoring you or being, it's just sort of like he's just like hyper focused on what he's doing.
So he's not mad at me anymore.
Doesn't seem to be. Yeah, he seems to have kind of either gotten over it or forgotten about it. You don't think he forgot about it, but he
Mhm.
seems to be okay. Um, we'll go ahead and get everyone. So go ahead and put yourself in your rooms, wherever you happen to be. Okay. Okay. 1 sec. Let me just arrange a few more things here. Okay. And so the evening passes quietly, um, until you're not sure what time.
Uh-oh.
The middle of the night. You just hear this clang, 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 clang. This is loud banging. As it sort of echoes. You're not sure exactly where it's coming from exactly, but it does get a little bit louder. Clang, 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 clang. Alarm! Alarm!
I knew this was too
I'm
good to be true.
already awake, so I will be rushing
Okay.
out to go see
I
where
think,
that is.
I think we need to check the trucks.
Okay. So hold on, don't move too far yet, because
I'll go back
you're
into the
moving.
hallway.
Take back in the hallway there. So as you get out into the hallway here, there's actually a man here. You probably didn't catch sight of him when you first arrived, but he's dressed in sort of like plain looking clothing with a little heavy cloak over top of it there, boots there that are a bit dirty, kind of disheveled hair. Um, it's like alarm, alarm, and there's been a murder, a murder.
That seems to follow us about everywhere. And by this time, I'd be pulling Elrond up, getting Elrond up from his sleep, and headed right, I guess, to about where Sora would be at this point, not moving too far.
Okay. As you step out in there, you see the assistant managers open the door. What's going on here? What's going on? There's been a murder, and we're gonna cut to break for just a little bit.
Of course,
Of course we would.
right?
Yeah.
That's
So
just naughty.
I know. Take about a 5 minute break there. I do need to go get drinks, or refills or a snack or whatever else that use restroom, and we will be back here in 5.
Oh, yeah, right.
Think we're
Okay,
back.
so we're back. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Well, hopefully not all ages is 18 plus. Remember that. Anyway, secondly, if you want to interact with our Discord and join, maybe even possibly be in a potential game in the future, not this one, we are going to be running some more very, very soon as we get in DMs. DMs are always welcome, by the way, both Dungeon Masters and direct messages. That being said, as well, feel free to interact with the channel. Feel free to interact on the Discord, and that's pretty much it. I'll let Jim get back to this amazing game. Let's have some fun.
Thank you.
God, I didn't even rehearse that. I'm so good at this, guys. Come on. I found a calling, right? No, okay. No, not
Thanks,
really.
PR guy.
All right, excellent. Yes, and those who are watching, thank you very much.
These
Appreciate
messages
it.
brought to you by. Oh, God. Now I almost died right
So-
there.
So just to pick up where we left off here, we are at the Forge Way Inn. It is about somewhere in the middle of the night. No one here has keen minds. They don't know exactly. But it's definitely really late at night there. Most of you are woken up from a dead sleep at this point there. So it's definitely somewhere after 3 a.m. You're not sure exactly, but it's rough there. This stable head right here, the head stable person came running in just a moment ago, banging what looks like, as you see, a pot and a ladle he grabbed from the kitchen there, is just banging away, going, "Alarm! Alarm! There's been a murder!" And sort of heads are poking out from almost every room, and essentially people are moving into place as trying to figure out what's going on. We'll just put it. He'll be actually in the employee doorway, holding it open there, banging away at it there. As he's doing that, and you guys are kind of moving into place, I'm gonna move a couple people out of the way for the moment. You're probably gonna be right about there when this starts to take place. So Trevor, where you're standing, and Amethyst, are you still in bed, or are you still kind of working your way out? So we'll kind of our initial positions of who's where. Actually, with Sora's back here, probably. You're gonna be up there, Trevor there. Okay. Okay.
God, I was swinging all around then. It was weird.
Okay, make sure I'm not on a weird layer. Okay, good. All right. So, you will see this, Trevor and Amethyst, from where you are at the moment there. So, you will see the assistant manager is kind of poking his head out there. What's going on? What do you stop that? Kind of like looking down the hallway there, as at who's ever banging the pot and pan there. It's like, but someone's been murdered in the stables, in the stables, sir. Like, stop. So at this point, he sees you, Trevor, and Amethyst walking up the door here, and looks down and sees other people kind of poking their heads out, and like, everyone, calm down. We'll get to the bottom of this. Please, if you can't go back to your rooms, we will have this all in hand. But please, everyone, calm down.
Okay, well, first of all, they're going to have trouble calming down. I think you should do the comment on your end for a second. And I think you're in the right here. This, as far as this person who claimed to be a murder, did this have where did this take place first and foremost?
You did hear him yell in the stables.
In the stables?
In the stables. Yep. Okay. Sorry, I was asleep at the time.
Was it our guy?
No, we'll say Eldon. I mean, he's still kind of, you left him. He was as you ran out of the room. He was kind of waking up there and trying to.
Yeah. Well, I told him. I was going to say. I told him that. Yeah, that we were. I kind of like got him up as well. I said that, but
yeah. So yeah, he's just kind of getting his stuff, trying to get his stuff on there as you kind of bolted out of the room there. Probably threw your coat on and went.
Yep.
So that's one thing to keep in mind here, folks. I do need to specify there. If you are asleep, if you just got up from sleeping and ran out of your room, you will not have your armor on. So unequip your armor.
Right.
So go to your character sheets, and for your armor there, obviously, if you have a way, if you want to take a second there, Amethyst, and activate your mage armor bracer, you can.
Because I don't know if I can just Yeah, well, the thing is, like, and I don't know, like, if we've talked about how that worked in game or not, because I still don't think it's fair. But my armor is built into my coat, so I don't think I could just throw on my coat. You know what I mean? Like, I think I would have to you know what I mean?
Essentially, what I will say is that your coat is part of your armor. You would to get your full effective armor. You would need to kind of put your vest on or whatever, like under
Right.
part things there. So your coat, you can be wearing your coat, but you wouldn't have your full armor value at that point. So
Am I still on
you
roll
look
20?
you look cool. You're just not wearing your armor.
Yeah, gotcha.
Cool. Yeah.
I think I'm.
I don't
I
wear
lost
armor
it.
anyway. I've got
No, you
the
don't. You get the mage armor.
got
Yeah,
a-
you're fine.
I've got a hat and a glove and a bracer.
Yeah.
So I'd just
Yeah,
grab
pretty much.
them and run out.
Yeah, so you're fine. So you can activate the bracer if you want there and have your full armor there. Otherwise, you'll be at your base armor. We'll find out from Sora what she's doing it when she gets out there. She probably won't be in her armor because you can't sleep in like heavy armor. Yeah, exactly. So
All right. No, they said that there was. Wait, what the heck, man?
okay.
It logged me out of everything.
Oh no. Oh shoot. What did I just do?
I am back.
Oh, good.
Okay.
So Sora, so middle of the night. What just happened there? Who we just lose? I think Sora just disconnected. There he is. One sec there. I think we just lost him for just a moment. And that shifted everything around a little bit. Sorry, just a little technical snafu there. Sorry, you want to make sure you turn your camera back on there.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I think it logged you out. Yeah. No problem. So I will say that while you're doing that there, since this is the middle of the night there, you wouldn't have your armor on at this point, unless you're going to stop and take the time to put your armor on.
No.
Okay. So go ahead and on your character, so on your character sheet, adjust your armor class so you're not you can have your shield in your hand, obviously, but you wouldn't be wearing your full armor. Okay. So is everyone getting settled in here? Cool.
His Discord just crashed. Sorry.
Yeah, it seems like a couple just popped out there all of a sudden.
Yeah, so I'll have my war hammer with me, and I'll have my shield, but I won't have my gear. There it is.
Yeah, so go ahead and adjust your armor accordingly, just in case you need it. I mean, so again, the assistant manager is talking. The stable hand is talking there, and Trevor, as you're talking to the assistant manager, you will see. Oh, see. Are you going to walk up to him or stay where you're at?
Yeah. No, I'd walk to him. I'd walk up right to him.
Okay. So as you do that, you'll hear a voice from down the hallway here. What's going on? Stop that! Stop that noise this instant, and get out of the way. And so, you see the manager step forward here. Say, this is not how we do things here. And go in the kitchen, calm yourself down. Look to the bottom of this and make sure no one goes out any of the doors.
All right, and I forgot this is the manager up here. I would go to him.
He's the assistant manager. She's the manager right here.
Okay. Yep, she's the one I would go to at this point.
Okay.
Now,
so,
listen.
excuse me. Back away, please, sir.
Well, I thought social distancing was a completely different part of the world right now. Anyway, I came here to help.
Short halfling armed with stuff in a leather coat. There comes.
I am not armed. I am not armed currently.
Okay.
My pistol is still in my pocket of holding.
All right.
But yeah, and I look up at her. I'm like, clearly you are the one to talk to here because you're trying to be a little bit more discretion filled than this one. I take it he's the assistant.
Yes, he is. What he says is fine. I heard him. He's trying to calm things down here.
Right. By freaking everyone out even more. Listen.
I don't know what you're talking about. He told him to calm down and told him to stop making a noise.
Either way, where did these murders? They said the murders took place in the stable. Yes.
I just woke up the same as you. We don't know yet.
You're not being, and you're not under.
I can't answer your question because I don't know.
Fair enough. I'll just walk away from her at this point, and I'll head to the stables.
Okay. Essentially, you're going to try to push past her, or you're going to go out the front.
Yeah. Just politely, not like push out of the way or anything. In fact, I would have to go around her legs to speak of.
And the stable hand through the door and everything else. Like, so I mean,
awkwardly. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me.
Where are you going? This is for employees only. Stay back.
just calm down for a moment here. Let's just find out what's going on here first. And so she turns around like, what's going on? And kind of the stable boy here, kind of, if she does turn her back to you at the moment here,
We need to get outside and check that our friend is okay and check that our cargo, our precious cargo, is still intact.
Right, Amethyst, I
And
think you're right.
and you see actually as you kind of glance at the side there, and you guys can move yourself a little bit as you kind of get yourself in the position of things here and kind of shift people around. You'll
Go
see
through
that.
the dining area.
Okay, you will see that standing right here and coming toward you there is Darvel, the driver. What's the stables? What's going on? He's looking alarmed, obviously, and he's holding a key in his hand there. And it's like, what's happening? What's
Darvel, I'm going to give a couple of suggestions here, and everyone's feel free to follow them as necessary. Darvel, if you would go check our, did you come back in from? I'm sorry, did you come back in the room, or did you just get back from the cargo hold?
I was sleeping. Persia's out there now.
Okay.
We switched around midnight or so.
Right. Would you be so kind as to head out there immediately and make sure everyone's okay?
All right then.
I'll be out.
On his own.
I'll be out. Well, I was about to suggest Amethyst or myself can go out there, but we need to procure in here. Sora, are you okay to lead the force in here while we go out there and investigate what's going on?
I narrow my eyes at you and then say yes.
You're clearly the strongest of us. I just wanted to make sure you're intact with that. Anyone else is free to do what they want. Eldon, if would you like to come with me? Lucas, you can do as you wish. But we need to, and I'll look up at the manager at this point from where I've gotten past her at this point. Or him, I can't. It's a her, right?
Her, yes.
Okay, and if you need anything of us while we're out there, please feel free to call. We'll be right back.
Do not leave the premises here. We must get to the bottom of this, and no one is leaving until we know what's happening here.
Did they lock the doors, or are we free to leave?
I mean, the doors are bolted and stuff because the inn is closed at night. But you can go out.
Yeah, we'll go out. No, okay. We're not going to listen. Sorry, not
head out the front. Who's heading out the front door, and you're kind of pushed past them.
I was pulling Eldon with me. I want to keep some people in here if possible, whoever's willing. Preferably Sora at this point, since she's the most guarded and has people with her.
At this point, Eldon is just showing up.
Right.
Let's see, because he did put his armor on and such. And so he had to turn off the alarm that he put on the room because he did put an alarm on the door, so he had dispelled the alarm. So he'll just be showing up as you guys are kind of going there. So I need to know. So real quickly here, are you pushing past the manager going into the employees area, or are you going at the front to where the stables?
If they don't let us pass, we will literally just climb out of a window. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, no, she said we could get out. So yeah, or he said we could
front door.
Yeah, he said we could go out. They're both in there. Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and with this, you kind of got to look at the kitchen there. There is a side door, and you would have seen this as you pulled up there. There is a sort of a side door that goes from the kitchen to the stables, sort of where the stable hands and workers can kind of come and go. But in terms of the front door there, you can get out there. Let's see here.
I would have. No, I have my. I would have. Sorry, I would have grabbed my armor. Right, just haven't put it on yet.
Are you like holding it in your hand?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Okay. So yeah, the rest of your armor is like a vest and some like bracer type things and some greaves that you would just strap on. So you're kind of strapping it on, kind of like hopping along.
Yeah, exactly. You got the idea. Yeah.
Pulling things in place there as you cross the room.
Just awkwardly hopping on one leg, kind of thing. Yeah.
Sure. As you get outside, you are hit with a blast of cold air. It is definitely. I mean, it's middle of the night. It's winter, and it is snowing currently. It is not dumping down blizzard, but it's definitely a steady snow that's coming down. It kind of obscures everything. We won't switch to maps or anything else that because the stable off to the right as you go out the front door and look over that way is dark at this point. You don't see there's nothing lit up or anything else like that. And Amethyst, with your dark vision, you see that there is a short figure kind of standing out by the not by the front door but by the side door where the employees would go there, just kind of standing there, kind of looking around, just obviously keeping watch by the look of things.
as you approach, it's and let's just kind of everyone who's going to be outside the front, just kind of put yourself outside the front door, just so I know where you're at. And Darwell's going to follow up behind you.
This guy in purple is actually already out there.
Do you stay out there too?
I don't go out there, but he stayed out there from the time we arrived. He's
So
never actually been inside yet.
what I'm asking you is, did he stay out there for at this point almost 12 hours?
Yes, he hasn't been inside yet at all.
Uh-oh. I know what that. I know. Oh no.
I'm
Yeah.
just keeping it honest. I
No,
don't
for real.
want
No,
it to be-
no.
I didn't know because again, Persh and Darvel are taking shifts out there. It would be reasonable if they want to just do shifts in 3 to keep watch, or did you want
Right.
to stay out there the whole night as well?
No, he's going to be out there the whole night because I don't generally trust people very easily,
Okay, then
and I don't know them very well, so he'll be out there with them.
okay. I will point this out. Then he would be starting off with a point of exhaustion if he's keeping watch out there for the next part of the day. So you don't want to do this to him very often.
No, I understand.
Okay.
Has he just witnessed a murder as well?
Well, we'll find out.
So
Yeah,
wait, I'm confused. Where was the actual murder? Outside or inside?
In the stables.
In the stables.
And did they bring the person inside? I don't understand why they.
So a stable hand came. So this guy right here, who's actually standing behind the mayor there, and she's kind of dressing him down there, yelling at him for making an alarm, waking up the whole building. He's this head stable hand essentially, and he came running in saying there was a murder. And so you do hear you mentioned it was in the stables, yes.
So why is everybody rushing to their corner?
They're rushing to the stables. They're out there. So the stables are out in this direction. They're out the front door and to the right. So I'm just pointing everyone where.
I don't understand why I'm staying in here then.
I don't know.
If the murder happened out there, why would I be in here when nothing is happening?
I don't know.
Trevor?
That was you and Trevor made the decision there.
Trevor, why am I in here?
So,
exactly.
At that point, do you want to?
Well, I'm already out there. You're not, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But if you're talking to me,
I'm back upping because I don't understand how we got to where we were because I was eating dinner. So explain how I'm supposed to stay inside instead of going outside where the murder happened and where my actual person is.
You don't have your armor on for a start, and we thought it was best if somebody stayed inside.
Yep.
In case anything happens in here.
Yeah, you weren't there. We can't really make decisions for you, so we didn't want to say you were coming with us one way or another. So I just figured you'd stay there and secure the area while and talk maybe to the manager while they're freaking out. Like, you're welcome to come out here with us, obviously, but you weren't,
Yeah, essentially, you were obviously. So when you hear what happens there, you could probably turn kind of looking like what am I doing here, and just turn around and go. It's fine. Essentially, you're not required to be in here or anything else, but yeah. I will say I need one more thing here. I need to grab.
I'm gonna yell to Catherine to get my stuff, and I will head outside.
Okay.
I'll dress and go.
Okay, so I'm just going to put a couple of people out here up in the corner of the map just to kind of see, so you see the situation here. So, standing outside the side door, essentially, not the main door where wagons and horses come and go, but standing at the side door there. The side door is open as you approach there, and there's a stable boy, dark hair, probably about maybe 12 to 14 years old. There's early teens there, and he's just sitting there with a little like a heavy like a fur cloak, kind of just standing there, kind of shivering in the cold for the moment there, as you guys approach. And he's like, I was told to stay here and watch the door, make sure no one leaves, make sure no one comes and goes. Who are you? Who are you people?
That's a good question. I don't think we've been named ourselves at this point, but we're just here to help, I can assure you. And you just keep doing what you're doing. Can we see the body?
I don't know what's going on. I just told to stand here and make sure nobody goes in or out, but or make sure no one leaves or anything. I don't know exactly. So
let me ask. First of all, it's okay. We're here to help. What's your name?
Standis, sir.
Stand this. So instead of standing here, why don't you go ahead and go inside and make yourself warm? We'll take over from here. All right.
Oh, okay,
All
okay.
right. You have a good day now. And
And
keep it easy.
he would just kind of wander into the side door over here and head inside.
Okay. And I'd like to check out the. Yeah.
Okay. So as you move into the stable area itself, it is dark. There is absolutely no, of course, there was no light in the room. It is pitch black at this point. You do see, uh, well, actually, no. Those with dark vision, there you will see kind of a large open space,
Right.
with one wall, with kind of like wooden stable doors with heavy locks on them.
Yeah.
Now, none of you have been out here yet, other than Darvel.
And doesn't
Um,
Eldon have a way to lighten things up with some kind of cantrip he has, right?
well, Sora does.
Oh,
I've got my lantern.
Yeah, and Sam, I think you can pull your light out of your bag there and shine it there.
yeah, I have one as
Um,
well.
Yeah.
okay. Immediately on the floor in front of the wagon, you will see that. Okay, so shoot, one sec here. That Persh is lying in a pool of blood. You don't see anyone else at the moment, but there is definitely a body lying there. So go ahead and yeah, if you're at the stable right now, just kind of put yourself right about here, just so I know who's in the doorway, who's watching what's going on here. So kind of put yourselves in kind of in between. So just want to know who's where.
Where
So
is my
here,
person? Where's Reese?
well, so you approach the stable there. You don't see him. You do see the body of the porter from there, lying there. At first, you don't see Reese.
Where's that kid who came running in and said that he's supposed to be watching the door? I didn't see where he went.
He went in the side door into the kitchen over here. So
Okay.
basically, right out to the pretty much there's a little pathway that goes from the kitchen up to the side door of the stable, and there's the main. So and that door was open.
Okay, I'm gonna go look over there now that I'm fully dressed.
Okay. So, go ahead. So you look. So you will see some footprints in the snow. Obviously a fresh set from the stable boy from Santas who actually went back inside. And another set, uh, larger. You probably assume from the stable head. Um,
I am not gonna walk on those steps. I'm gonna
okay.
create my own.
Yeah. So walk. Get a little bit of a circle around.
Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
investigate Persh?
Absolutely. So Sora. So we're going to finish with Sora. So you were heading
Oh,
back in.
sorry.
You going to go inside, or you just going to just
Uh,
observe?
do I see him from the door here?
Um, at this point, he's probably going to be over by the table over here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep one ear on what's going on in there, and then I'm gonna yell at the guy in there. Do you know where Reese went?
Um, which guy? Which were you yelling where he went?
This one.
Um, I didn't see anyone. No one came out. I don't know who Reese is.
He was the third guy with that group with the wagon.
Oh, the kind of guy, the outdoorsy guy.
Yeah, that's him.
Um, I don't know. I didn't see him come or go. I I I mean I mean I didn't see him.
Okay, thanks. And then I'm gonna come back over here and look to see if there's any like drag marks or extra footprints.
Okay. So you're looking for that then. Trevor, what were you looking for there? You're investigating Persh. Let's go ahead and give me a medicine or investigation. Do we lose him for a second there? Oh, we lost him for a moment there. Okay. So I believe Lucas and Amethyst, you are there as well. Um,
Yeah.
Darvell's kind of like just kind of hanging back there. He's like doesn't want to stand in your way, but he's like, oh, god damn, what? Oh no. And so he's just kind of like hanging back out, just staying out of the way for the moment there. You can see he's just kind of still rubbing sleep out of his eyes, as he's just kind of taking in what's going on for the moment there. So Lucas and Amethyst, what did you want to do in there?
Go check on the
Yeah,
body.
check the body. Yeah.
Okay. So, go ahead and give me the perception investigation.
Yep, and I would have been over there too as well.
Okay, yeah, so you're back now. Go make your medicine or investigation check if you want to examine the body itself.
Wow.
Okay. So, okay. So, all right. So, I mean, Trevor, it's obvious he was stabbed in the neck.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, you can see there's obviously a stab, a wound in the neck there. Not much
Right.
more than not much more than that obvious there. But there's definitely blood around him. He's in a pool of blood, at the moment.
What's
But
the? I know it's fairly cold out, so it's probably going to be hard to tell. But can I feel him to see if he's warm at all, or if it's been more
um,
hours?
at this point, it's hard to tell because it is cold outside yet. There
Right.
is some warmth to the body, not a lot, but he hasn't been dead for a long, long time. You know that much.
Right.
Just based on that. Blood is not pouring out anymore, so it's been long enough for blood to stop,
Right.
but not long enough for the body to get cold. Um, Amethyst, again, you're just sort of like just kind of taking in the space, having a hard time getting any details or anything else. You don't see anything obvious poking out at you, other than yes, there's the body on the floor. Um, the stable doors are locked, for the most part there, and there's no lights currently inside the room. So you're kind of shining the lantern around the space there.
The cart's still
Um,
there?
was that?
The cart's still there?
Well, the door or the cart, you don't know which cart, because you guys didn't come out to the stable when it got put in there. But all the stable doors are currently locked. Based on where uh Persh's body is, it's probably the one directly behind him. There's a big locked kind of wooden door, like stable door, interior door. So there's a big old padlock on it. Um, Lucas, you will catch a couple. One thing that strikes you, investigation right here, is that there should be more blood based on where the wound is, and there's definitely blood under him, but there isn't as much as there's supposed to be from that kind of a wound if he bled out like that. Um, so there's that aspect there. With a 16,
Is it definitely a knife wound?
yeah, yeah, it's definitely something was stabbed in through the side, through the neck there, just severing the artery, and the blood just kind of obviously would have, and that kind of wound would bleed quite a bit. So the fact that there is blood, but not as much blood as there should be, is definitely kind of strange to you. You will note that also, yes, the cell, the door of the where the cart would be, all those interior doors are still locked. That you catch as well. Um, Sora, give me a perception check from the outside there where you're at. It says you were looking for footsteps and stuff on the outside.
I'm not very good at this.
Yeah. Okay.
Never
That's great.
mind.
Excellent. So, you will see, kind of looking from your vantage point there, you will see that there is um, not a back door, but a loft door where hay bales and stuff will be put inside. And that you can see from your angle where you're looking at there is currently open. Um, Not like wide open there, but it's definitely propped open, as if it's not latched closed, essentially. From your angle, you can see, oh, hey, the hayloft door is actually not latched closed, from your angle there. So, you don't see footprints on the ground around it at all, but there's definitely something. uh, They wouldn't leave that on the latch, especially in the wintertime with the wind and everything else. Um, you guys do know that there are some horses in here. You can hear them in the stalls. They are sort of stamping around, not like panicking and freaking out, but they're definitely kind of the and just sort of like pawing at the ground for the most part, but nothing that's really like and those are on the. So as you move into the stable, you have carriage, locked carriage areas, and then horse stalls on the opposite side there, and the main doors straight ahead. There is a loft above for hay and such and storage, and that's where you kind of get that sweep of the room as you go in here. Still
Alright.
no sign. Still no sign of Reese.
I'm gonna go up the hatch or open it and go up in it or however it is.
It's on the second story, so you would need to climb up to it. There's not a. There's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do
Well,
that
So
too.
okay, give me
well,
an athletics check to climb.
sorry.
So so you make that. You start climbing up there. Um,
You said athletics?
yeah, athletics is for climbing. Yeah. Okay.
Get a
Um,
+6 to that.
yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, you find it kind of hard going because I mean it is the the wood is cold and it's somewhat icy and snowy, and so there's not a lot of great handholds along here. Um, as you do that, Eldon sits up next to you and says, 1 sec," and he reaches over to this lever, and it brings the little crane thing down to the second floor down a little lower. Use that, and with his help, there you're able to get up onto the second there. There's sort of a little hanging hook thing that comes down for picking up hay bales and lifting them up to the second level. So with that and his help there, you're able to get in there.
Awesome.
Okay. Um, all right. Let's see. So first round of things happening here. Who's got next?
I was going to ask.
Yeah.
I would head back and I wanted to wait till everybody was done. I would head back inside at this point to make sure they were doing a good job of keeping everybody inside and not allowed to leave, because it's pretty prevalent that to me that the killer was someone here, as opposed to someone who just kind of snuck in and did it. So I would want to make sure, at least in my mind so far. So I would want to make sure that no one was allowed to leave as of now, and I would tell the just so no one fears or anything or does anything harsh or stupid. I would tell the manager and the co-manager to be discreet about it.
Discreet how?
Not make it obvious why people can't leave.
Okay.
Well, someone's ran in screaming, banging a pan, saying there's been a murder. So I don't think.
Yes,
people are
but they don't know any of them are under. They didn't know any of them were under investigation, but clearly it could be anybody at this point. So yeah.
Okay. So as you step back inside, we'll just go ahead and let's go. That's fine. Let's see.
We need to find Reese's Pieces.
Terrible. You're terrible.
Got 3 more people entering the chat as well, or entering the live stream.
Excellent. Hello, everyone. So, when you come back inside, let's go ahead and put you back in the main room. I take it here. Okay, you will see that there's some people gathered in here. The stable hand, 2 attendant slash custodial people, the manager, the 2 cloaked figures that were there, the other guests, and the hunter.
The 2
is
dodgy
over.
looking ones.
Yeah. I mean, they are wearing at this point. At this point, they're not wearing they're not wearing the robe type things like that. They're kind of dressed in like somewhat normal attire, and so you can see their faces now. She's wearing dark hair, and um, she's pulling up her like cowl and stuff like that, her robes like that. But he's just kind of standing there, just in a plain a plain like nightshirt kind of thing. She's got her little like cape and hood back pulled on. And you can see he's just kind of dark hair, very bland looking, just sort of like looking around, just dead faced. And Trevor, so that's what you see when you come back inside. This group of people are hanging in this room, and the manager's just sort of like, actually, she'll be over here talking to these folks here, like,
Thank you. We can't let anyone leave until we find out what's going on here, and so no one leaves the premise until we know what's happened and who did whatever's going on. So please, thank you for your cooperation, and you, what's going on? And she looks up at you as you guys walk back in.
Looks up at us as a group, or
Whoever, I assume you and Lucas came back inside by the look of it.
got it. So
Yeah.
looked up at Lucas, down at me. Got it. All right.
Just as you walk in the door, she just takes note of
Gotcha.
you walking in the door and says, "You, what's going on? What's going on out there?"
Okay.
And say it looks like there's been a murder in the stables.
I think you should tell them to lock the doors while we check outside to make sure no one's coming in, rather than saying we're not letting people out. Let's lock the doors and not let people in, apart from obviously us.
Well, if that's the case, then we just want to keep somebody at the door.
All the doors.
Well, as far as you can tell, there are only two exterior doors here. Just the front door and the side door.
Saw a check for footprints outside, right?
Yeah, so she saw the stable hand and stable boy's footprints coming back in. She didn't see any others coming and going from anything.
Mhm.
Um,
Can I go check around the stables if I can see any footprints around there?
so you go ahead and move around there. Let's see. As you go to wander off there, Darvel's like, "Oh, you sure you should be taking off by yourself there? Maybe take somebody with you. I mean, there may be a killer running around.
Okie doke.
I just don't want to see anything happen to you. Um,
I'll
but
speak directly into his brain and say, "Don't worry, you'll be the first to know if there's anybody there."
kind of like, going on? Kind of looks around. All right, you can hear me. Is that?
Oh yes.
Wow. Okay. Um. Huh. Interesting. Um. I thought I didn't realize very many people could do that. Just sort of like kind of trails off a bit there. All right. Um.
Eldon's here anyway, and Sora.
So yeah, so they're kind of so at this point actually Sora has gone up to the second story, so she's actually up in the second level of the stable up in the loft. Eldon's actually still standing there by the little lever that lowered the hook down for the hay loft. Sora, as you get into there, because you're not stealthy, you kind of like clomp in there into land fairly heavily into place there and kind of look around there in the darkness. You hear a psst, hey, hey. Um, and you see kind of tucked in the corner of the upper level there is Reese. It's kind of
I'll
um,
try and get over to him so he doesn't have to whisper so harshly.
yeah. So as you get closer to him there, like I don't know what happened. Um, all I know is I uh, heard this yelling woke me up. I think it was the stable hand guy. He went running out there yelling and when I came out, I looked out of the I mean, I looked down and I saw Persh lying there. I don't know what happened. I was. It's been a long day and a long night. Persh told me to go ahead and get some sleep, so I came up here and it was sleeping up here.
You and I are going to talk about that later. But in the meantime, we need to
Yeah.
get back downstairs and tell them what you.
Well,
Because
I can
right
tell you.
now, they know that you were there, you were missing. And the only thing I can assume is they are going to assume that you did it and
Well, um, I there is one problem. Uh, uh, my knife is gone.
okay. We will deal with that when we get down there, but we need to let them know what you did and what you were asked to do, and so everybody has everything out in the open. Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
Right. You one more perception check while you're up there.
The thing I'm not good at that I
Yeah,
apparently
exactly.
well at.
Uh huh. Yep. Let's see if you run it. Nice in the high roll.
Nat 20.
Nice.
All right. So, you um, uh, as you go to turn there, you will actually see kind of scuffed in the dust of the hay dust and the hay and with that. Looks like a footprint that just barely missed there. There's also a bit of disturbance in the dust on on the ledge. Um, uh, Near kind of overlooking the body. So of the hayloft here, you're kind of you kind of came in the window here. You found Reese straight further back in the corner, and the disturbance came from like straight across there. Obviously, somebody came up on the railing there and went out the door, went out the hayloft hatch.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Reese to be careful not to disturb any of that as we make our way back down.
Okay,
I'm
right.
gonna yell down to um Elnie's character,
Held up.
Eldon, and ask him if it's possible to take like a cast or an image of these things here now before they get disturbed.
Doesn't have a
I
camera.
Essentially, um,
That's
I
exactly what it is, pretty much.
I can do that. Yes. I would just need a way to get up there. I'm not quite so spry and well, one sec. And let me just double check
Show me
that.
which
Yes,
button to push or what
I think
thing to
he
move.
actually might have acrobatics. Let me double check that. No, no. Well, one second there, and he pulls so again, kind of pulls the lever again, and the hook lowers back down. Um, and uh, let's see here. And he does try to climb up using the rope.
I mean, he could let me down and I could bring him up on the thing that he brought me up on.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, he starts to climb there, and again, he's has an eight strength, so six strength. Sorry. So he starts to try to climb, and he's just not making any progress. And like, and so you come down, pull the lever, and raise him up there so he can go do that. And so,
oh yes, I see what you're talking about here.
and Reese kind of clambers down as well, and he spends a moment. Kind of looking at the images there, shining a light in the space there, trying to get a kind of a little forensic type of view of what's happening there.
Right, and
Amethyst.
don't forget the windowsill.
Right, of course. Yes, I see.
And so he's kind of looking around there, trying to get any images there he can find there. Amethyst. Moving around the place there, you can very plainly see there are no footsteps in the snow out here. Moving all around the building there. The only footsteps you find are your footsteps leading from the front door over to the stables,
Hmm.
and the footsteps from the stable hand Sora and Eldon coming from the kitchen.
Okay.
So there's definitely no one has come from any of the other directions around this place.
Maybe they were flying.
It does occur to you that would be an option. Um,
Yeah.
so so inside there, Trevor and Lucas. So the woman's there. She's basically you can kind of see her talking to the other guests there. It's telling them that they need to stay here, and they're going to be making sure that whatever's taken care of here, and that no one's allowed to leave until a culprit has been found uh, or determined that they've left the premises or anything else like that.
Okay. I would like to make a statement, if I could, I guess, vocally to everybody.
Sure, the people that are here.
Yep.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, after you.
No, I was gonna say she's talking there. So if you want to go ahead and make your statement, go for it.
It looks to me like we have a state of our own little murder mystery here. So I guess we get dinner and a show. So I would like to start by, if first of all, if anyone here knows anything, now would be a good time to speak up. Don't all raise your hands at once now.
Well, Burton, he actually chuckles at the dinner in the theater thing there. He's gonna stand on the side there and like was in my room. I woke up same as you guys. The two pilgrim types, whatever the priestess acolyte types, whatever they're. She speaks up. We were in our rooms as well. I don't know what's happening. I just got woken up by the loud banging, and we came out here to see what was happening. So, there's been a
Yeah.
murder, you say?
I would like first of all, just to start, you see this big table here, and I'll point to the bar where I guess assuming the bar is right. Or the table, right? I'll ping it here.
That's a stage.
Okay. On this stage, I would like you all to present your weapons and lay them down right here, if possible. I'll start by
Okay.
exactly what I said, and I'll start by putting mine down.
Okay.
My
pistol or
my pistol. Yeah, I think.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That might not be the best idea when you're on your own in a place with a.
Yeah,
Well,
but I also have pocket
essentially
holding
murder.
and can bring it to me whenever I want to.
essentially, so can I just show you? I mean, he kind of points to
Yeah, that's
he's
fine.
got he actually no, he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have his weapons on him. He didn't come out with them, as far as you can tell. He's like, mine are back in my room. The acolytes there, neither of them seem to have weapons on them currently. We just came from our room, so our
No.
belongings are back there.
And you said Burton was the guy I was playing. That was
Yes, that was who Bart's with. Yeah.
okay. I thought it was Bart. I don't know why I had it as Barton, but
Sorry, Bart. It is Barton. Sorry.
Bart, no, okay, I wasn't correct. I was just literally didn't know which because it could have been
Doran Barton.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
But yeah, but I'm not coming off as accusing to anybody because not really sure as to who. But can I do a perception check on Barton
Sure.
to get a general consensus? Not necessarily if he's telling the truth because that's not really how perception works. But
you just look. You're kind of looking at everybody right now. You want to take
yeah,
a closer
exactly.
look at him? Go for it.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's do this.
I'm gonna roll to see if he takes note of it. Okay.
It's not terrible.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of look him down there, and so looking for what specifically, or just kind of looking at him in general.
In general, make sure he's no eye twitches, no looking to the left and right.
That's more of an insight, but that's okay. It's fine there. You don't see any. Well, in terms of his appearance, you see he has pulled on his boots. He's got on sort of kind of looks like he's kind of hastily pulled on like trouser type things in his boots. He's got on sort of a just a general like cotton type shirt. Obviously he got up and threw something on and came out. He's not wearing any weapons of any kind there. You don't see anything out of place. His hair is mussed like he's been in bed. He seems to be pretty much like someone who just got out of bed. Give me an insight check there.
Okay.
And Lucas, you can join in us too if you want to do insight as well. Yeah. He's with the 15, and so Lucas, same thing. That's your passive, so we're pretty close to it anyway. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, he seems pretty straightforward. He's kind of looking around, kind of a little bit amused. Not so much like, hey, this is fun. Just like, okay, whatever. This is definitely interesting, kind of that like looking around, like not he's like it's upset, not he's like or freaking out or anything like that. He's just sort of like calmly taking it all in and just, this is interesting. Kind of that vibe from him.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to make us roll on all of it, but I would pretty much go, like I said, he's not the only one necessarily. I'd be going around asking, pretty much giving everybody the same couple of questions as the evening progressed.
Okay, so you can ask around in here. We'll come to just a moment here. I just want to clarify, Amethyst. He's not making death saves. He is dead, and no one can. You're not sure for how long, but you don't know of anyone that can do any resurrection type magic or anything else at this point.
Okay.
So yeah, he's definitely beyond. Beyond dead at this point. So are you going to look at the body? And by the way, his name is Persh. Yeah. So he's
Oh yeah, sorry.
it's okay. That one, his token is labeled. He's the one, yeah, right here. So, um, so yeah, at this point, his body is getting. So if you're examining it all, his body is getting colder at this point. He's yeah, um, he's too far gone for any healing specifically. So I think Sora, you had asked pretty about lay on hands earlier too, and yeah, he's beyond that point.
Yeah, that's fine. Did
All right.
Reese and I get back inside?
Yeah, are you going to come in through the side door or the front door?
We're gonna come through the side door because we already have footprints there, and
Okay.
he'll just follow right behind me within my footprints.
Okay. Is Catherine actually out there too?
No, Catherine got my gear put on me as quickly as she could, and
Okay.
is back in my room tidying up.
Okay. All right. I'll move her back down there then, so she's not out here.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's staying out of trouble and out of the way.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and move Eldon. Eldon will just kind of stay out here for the moment there until somebody tells him where to go. Because Amethyst is still outside, so he's not going to leave her out there by herself.
Well, we can go back inside if he wants to.
Okay. Um,
At least go and ask if there's anyone who can help the dead
he
guy.
will offer up one thing. So he does specify that he does do detect magic while everyone's kind of walking around there. He kind of looks there, and he does detect magic there, and does confirm that there's no trace of magic in terms of like nothing was used on the body magical, nothing was used magical to come and go from the place. So there's no lingering trace of magic in the area. Magic is not really the source of foul play. So there's that. So we'll go ahead and move. So he will go back with you. Darvo will kind of come back in here. If you're in the front door, Sora and Reese will come in the side over here. And poor Persh is going to be out here dead. Eldon, if you're going to go that way, Eldon will come in here too.
Can we bring him in?
You want to move his body and bring him in?
Or is that not a good idea? What do you think?
I think until we figure out exactly who was where and when, we need to leave him where he is because there are footprints out there that are not ours.
Okay,
Correct?
okay. Yeah, okay.
Try something real quick here. Okay.
I've not found any
So
footprints.
one last thing there. So Amethyst, as Eldon is doing his sweep with the magic thing, I'll assume you're still out there with him when he's doing that. He will spot one thing that's a little bit strange around the body is that the body didn't die right there. The body was placed there, like it was killed somewhere else and was placed there. And he will confirm that yes, there's not enough blood in around the body there to account for it.
Right,
So wherever he was killed, there may be more um, there may be more blood.
right. So we need to go out and look for more blood. I can possibly like
Right.
sniff it out or
The last thing, because he actually got pretty high in his check, well over 20. I know he got a 20 exactly. He will note one more thing is that the body there is a bit of smear of blood on the body, on his chest there. Like there's a little bit of a smear of blood there, like potentially something was pressed against the body and has been taken away. Like maybe something was pressed up against the wound, and then after he bled out for a while, he was laid down, and the thing was taken away. Whatever, like a cloak or a cloth or something there to keep the blood from going everywhere.
does he think he's been exsanguinated or something?
They don't really show any signs of that specifically. I mean, obviously the stab to the neck, blood would come out. I mean, he wasn't drained completely, obviously, because there's blood on the floor around him and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So back inside then. Who wants to? Who's got something back inside?
If I speak to the pilgrim, which one said that they've been in the room all night? Was it the female?
This one here, yeah, the female one. Yeah, the male hasn't said a thing. He's just standing there, like just staring straight ahead for the most part. There, not saying a word.
I'll go and speak to him directly and ask him,
Him? Okay.
was he in his room all night?
After we ate, yes, we went to our room to meditate and to sleep.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure, go for it. Okay. Um, there's a little hesitation to him. Like you're not sure exactly what, but when he says that he was in, they were in, they were both in their room the whole night. Um, uh, there's a bit of a hesitation there, just enough. It's hard to read the guy because he's pretty straight faced for the most part, but there's a little bit of a waver in his voice there that you catch.
Don't notice anything about his clothes or anything.
He's wearing different clothes than you saw him originally. He's not wearing the cowl, and he's wearing sort of a kind of a long nightshirt kind of thing. Um, um, and
Look at his
he's
hands,
got
nails.
um, you don't see there's definitely nothing like there's no dirt or anything else or blood in his hands or anything as you're thinking there. So you don't see anything specifically out of place there. Give me investigate perception check. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, his hands are clean. His clothing is clean. He is wearing his boots. He put his boots on. Didn't want to go tromping through the floors in this place are stone and they're kind of cold. So um,
No snow on his boots.
they don't seem to be wet. No. So even perception check low perception check, but you're asking the right questions there, and they don't look like they're wet. She is barefoot. She's not wearing her boots.
None of the footprints we saw outside were like barefooted type feet, right?
No, no. You actually only saw footprints from what you assume was a the stable head and the stable boy. They
So
accounted for the footsteps out
footprints
there.
that would be there normally.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of looking. You're not a tracker, but Reese is with you now, and he will point out that yes, the stable head. Obviously, he came running in. What it looks like there, and then the boy went out and then back in. Is what it looks like there.
Okay. Well,
Is it-
I'm going to let the whoever's in charge of I thought it was Trevor of the interrogation part.
Yeah, I was making my way
Yeah,
Okay.
around, asking everybody pretty much the same questions.
you can go through
Okay.
this door here if you want to go up to the main room there and talk to him. Yeah.
Yep.
At
Yep.
this point, Darvel's just kind of sitting there, head in his hands, just damn it. Kind of just literally kind of at the table right here, just kind of obviously just what the hell.
Um. Take Reese over to Trevor and have him tell Trevor what he told me,
Okay.
and then
So
have Eldon show him the pictures, I guess, of what he took.
okay. So you kind of gather over in the corner over here, so you're not doing it in front of everybody if that's the case there. Um,
Right.
and so yeah, Reese tells you he was he went up into the hayloft to get some sleep while Persh was keeping an eye on things. Um, he, he he heard some kind of a clatter or something, some kind of noise, scuffing, and a bit of a noise there. And when he looked up and then looked over the side there, saw Persh's body on the floor and heard the stable hand start yelling. That's kind of the sequence of events that he had there. He was up top there, and he just kind of scuttled back into the corner and just stayed out of sight. See if one more thing here. Let me just see. And it's like, and I now that I'm thinking about it, I did see uh, the hayloft door swinging a little bit in the wind. I know it wasn't that way because it was kind of cold. I was having to huddle back in the corner there because it was getting some air was coming in that wasn't like that before. So I don't think that was whoever it was. I think they went out that way. And Eldon will confirm that with some of the images he shows you there of the actually a handprint on in the dust on the edge of the railing above where the body was, and then some footprints and something else out the hayloft door. So whoever it was jumped up and then ran out. But there were no footprints on the ground.
I think they flew off.
Or they went over the roof.
Can we check?
You want to? So somebody wants to get up on top of the roof of the stable?
Anybody got it climbing or flying or?
I'm a bit dexterous myself. I could get up there.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's going up top?
I'll go up top.
Trevor. Anyone else going with him? Okay. Elder will help you out by giving you help.
I'm actually
outside with him.
I look at the before he even does that, I kind of like just brush him off a little bit. And look up and look at my surroundings at the wall to see if there's any foot or the wall that I'm getting ready to climb up to the roof, and see if there's any little footholds or anything before I try to take a running leap and try to like kind of parkour up top.
What you see actually is the little hook arm sticking out above the window. So essentially, out of the hayloft window opens up, or actually opens sides because it wouldn't work. It went up there. Hayloft was up there, and above the window is an arm sticking out there with that hook dangling down. So they would hook hay bales in, lift them up, and then pull them into this hayloft. So there is that hook sticking out above there. So you probably could get out on that, and then from there jump up onto the roof.
Yeah, I try to make it like Assassin's Creed style and try to like.
Yeah. I mean it's give me a dexterity check.
Sure.
Acrobatics check.
Acrobatics even better.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, acrobatics check there. So who's out there with Trevor at this point?
I think I got it.
I'll go out there with him, and I've just realised that I do have a climb speed, so I'll probably go up there with him too.
Okay, so you actually just climb up the wall, little claw marks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you do this cool like parkour Assassin's Creed thing, you like reach out there, grab, pull yourself up there, and then jump off up onto the roof. Basically, about the time you land there, Amethyst kind of just comes up the side of the wall and pulled up on the roof there.
Gotcha.
So you kind of like, whoa, oh, it's Amethyst. So the two of you are up on the roof there, yeah. Give me perception or investigation. Up on the roof. Okay.
I keep rolling so badly.
Yeah, you were killing it the last few weeks there.
Oh
I
no!
know. I kept getting 20s, but now I'm
Okay.
Well, that's interesting. I rolled a nat one on my screen. But all right, cool. Never mind.
Either way,
Right.
So you do. It takes you a while. You're kind of up there for a bit there. You're starting to get kind of cold and shivering. And so Amethyst, with your lantern, you're able to kind of shine some things there. What it looks like, based on, you can see there is snow on the roof, and so when you're up on the snow here, you will see there are some scuffed footprints. I mean, obviously it was a low DC for this one because there are footprints in the snow that do go off back toward the house. And it looks like they leaped from the edge of the because the footprints just stop at the edge of the roof line and are just there's no footprints down below. So they must have gone from the edge of the stable to the actual inn itself. It's about a 15-foot or so gap.
So what that tells
Like they
me
went
is
back in. Sorry, Aaron.
no, it's okay.
Yep.
Raven. Sorry.
No, it's absolutely fine. So what I'm gathering is that the alleged killer jumped to keep his tracks hidden. He literally climbed the building and then jumped to another building to get back to the inn.
To the main building. They jumped from the stable to the inn.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's exactly how I would have done it. So, yeah. Okay. So that's a tell.
If you want to do a running leap or find some way to jump across there, then you could follow and see where they landed.
Yep.
But you can't. It's too far away to see any kind of footsteps there. You want to do it?
Climb down and climb back up again.
I will. Yeah, you could do that, but I'm going to try.
See another acrobatics check. Let's see how well you do.
I'm going to get a running leap.
Okay.
And pivot off my left and do a little twirl while I fucking that one. Watch. Oh no, that's a good one. All right, nope. Okay. So nailed it. Can't be stopped, people. Got it.
I will say this will be kind of funny. So basically, you do as you kind of start running down there. It is a snow-covered roof in the middle of winter, and so you start to slide, and you actually like oh crap, and you just use the slide, and you slide down there. And as soon as you hit the edge there, you just launch yourself, and you end up like just kind of like skidding to a stop on the roof of there about the same time again as Amethyst kind of comes down and climbs up the other side there and ends up on the roof next to you as you slide to a stop.
I brush all the snow off my coat and be like, yeah, I meant to do that. Look over at Amethyst.
Okay. So from here, give me one more perception check to see what you spot.
All right.
I'll slap Trevor's ass again.
I have pants on now. I'll have you know.
Nice. Okay. Did you both roll an 18? Is that what I'm seeing?
No, it's just making me roll twice, even though I'm only pressing it once.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm literally only pressing it once. Not like trying to double tap.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Maybe we're in the problem before. For some reason,
Mine's just taking absolutely.
Yeah, it's
taking a long time.
A little strange on us here. So, so with an 18, 14. So one thing you will see two things. Yeah, you will spot where obviously some other footprints had landed here, and moved off. They ended up moving. You will see. So from where you were, I'll just move you guys. You're about here on the roof, like above the kitchen. Okay, because literally the stables are right over this like there. So you jump that gap, landed over here on the kitchen there. You will see footsteps leading off in this direction. With an 18, you will spot something else there, Trevor. They don't head directly here. They actually rush along the side, and you will see a little bit of cloth sticking out of the chimney right here.
Oh, okay. Then I will grab that cloth. And can I do a perception check to see what it came off of? Like, see if it's a piece of clothes or.
No. What happens is it's a bed sheet. As you see, as you pull the bed sheet out there, it is covered in blood.
Oh wow.
So someone got killed on the bed.
So, literally, the bed sheet covered in blood, stuffed into obviously was stuffed down into their into the fireplace into the chimney from the top.
Right. And Amethyst is here with me during all this.
Yes, you'll see what he goes for there. You're following the tracks there, and you kind of look spots that little.
And you said this is there. So what we need to do, interesting, because
the footprints do continue.
Yeah, I'll follow them
on here, and they actually come down. all the way to here on the back side of the building.
Is there a map on the back that we're looking at now, or are you pinging somewhere? I'm not.
Sorry. I'm not. Okay. Yeah. So
We're still.
scroll down a little way. So basically, I'm going to follow the path of the footsteps. They kind of run down. You see those pings?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So keep scrolling with me. They go down to this room right here.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you look down, and there's a window right there.
Okay. And they went back to it. So
I bet it's that woman who was doing the washing earlier. God damn it.
it's always the person that does the laundry. I'm gonna kind of like. Sorry.
Before you do that, give me an intelligence check. Straight up intelligence.
It rolled off a 20.
Oh, let's do that. Okay, yes. Yeah, so
Rip.
never mind then. So yeah, so nothing else there. So it's fine.
Okay, so I would like to. The fuck. Anyway, sorry. Just a random girl's noise came to my headset for some reason. That was terrifying. All right, so we're going to scale down to that window. Actually, no, we don't even have to do that. Presumably, I would know the room, right?
You haven't been back this part of the house there. Amethyst, you have.
Okay, I'm going to try to go through that window and
Okay.
go to the room and see which room this is.
Give me an investigation check.
Cool.
Amethyst, just so you know here, the room you looked into before was this one. You can piece it together that the door for that in the hall is above where that window is.
13, not terrible.
So somewhere, so it would be that window would be in this room.
Okay.
13's not terrible. So yeah, you will see that there's a yeah, even 13 there. You're kind of looking down there, and you see that there seems to be a way to like pop the window open.
Right.
From the top.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look right. Like somehow the window was messed with. You'll see that much at least. How to make it happen, you're not sure. Just look, there's basically a little gap in the window on the top there. It seems like it could be like pried open maybe or something.
Okay. Well, at this point,
tricky to reach down there. So yeah.
Yep. If I could either make it in that way, and if I can't, then I could just literally scale down the building and walk around at this point, because now we have a good idea of where the killer was. We just got to find out where the room is, or who was staying here, and that would give us a good idea. I would go tell the I don't know if I should go back in through the window. I'll try to go in through the window.
Through this window here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And explore the room of other clues and stuff like that.
Give me let's see what's it gonna be. This is gonna be probably let's call it a thieves tool check, because you're basically trying to pry open the window and get inside there while you're dangling from there. So it's very thief kind of thing to do.
Okay. How do I do this? Oh wait, hold on.
You can just do
just click on thieves tools.
Yeah, but sadly it's not.
Doesn't actually set up that way. Yeah, if it's not set up there.
It's on tools, and then it's got the thing there, and then it's not Roll20 where you could just do it.
Yeah. Tell you what, do you have? Let's see, what would it be? It would be Dex and proficiency. So you can just either roll D20 plus your 6.
Okay. You guys ready for this nat 20? Plus 6. You guys ready for that?
Famous last one.
Now, did anyone see that? Did anyone see that?
It's
You
missing a
0.
2.
No, I literally was holding up a 2 before you rolled.
I was not looking at the camera, and thanks for that.
It's like,
I deserve that.
Like, nope.
No,
I think you lost a 0 somewhere.
Yep. So anyway, I would say what I will say is you didn't roll in that 1. So you
right.
Literally, the thing is, it's a little bit too far down for you. You're too short. to like so you almost had to try to dangle off the edge, and you're just like, I
Right?
can't quite reach it.
My stubby arms, god
So,
damn it!
yeah, specifically, you would have to actually dangle yourself down over the edge with like a rope or something to pop the thing open. So you literally just can't without some extra help or
I'm
tools.
literally just gonna shake my head and try to like scale down the building, and then just go the long way around, and then just or like you know what I mean, just
Yeah.
awkwardly clamber down, like disappointed in myself, and go through the door, and then go to allegedly I'm actually gonna bypass all the people, and I'm gonna go directly into this room
Okay.
and
So are you
investigate.
bringing anybody else with you? Or you're just going to head that way.
Yeah, Eldon.
Who's going with you?
I'm gonna grab
Let's
Eldon.
not bring Eldon because he's kind of distracted at this point. There are people that can play.
Fair enough. I was going for the most intelligent person, so I'm gonna grab.
I understand why you would grab him, but
yeah, I'm gonna grab Amethyst, and then she leaves, and then like and I'm gonna like
I'm going with you.
Yeah, no, I was I was. You were gonna be you and Eldon.
So are you coming in the kitchen door then, and then heading down that way?
Yeah.
Okay. So Eldon, I mean, he's at this point just kind of he's actually got a map of the building. He's like laying out a map of the entire building. There's
Amethyst can be second best. It's fine.
Okay.
I was gonna bring her too anyway, so yeah.
Dora, you see the two of them come in, kind of covered in snow, and heading back down the way here. When you get there, the door is locked. I'm not gonna make you roll for it because they're just interior like building locks there, and you're good enough at this.
Yeah.
So you kind of take a second there and pop open the lock. Let's
Got
go ahead and reveal that real quick here because I've revealed it before.
I'll just get him to shoot it. He's good at shooting stuff.
Okay.
People and
So you will see that there's two people in here. At this point, they're kind of just sitting. These two guys are just sitting kind of on the edge of the beds there, going, "Oh God, I can't believe this. I don't. What's going on here? Like someone got killed. I think someone got killed in the stable. Can you believe it?" And
yeah,
you actually,
I'll tell you what, man. That is in. Oh, sorry, you were gonna.
You recognize this person as the guy who was serving you drinks in the lounge earlier.
Yep.
You didn't see this guy before, so.
Well, how come you didn't join in the festivities when we were we were trying to gather people to talk to?
Oh, the manager told us to stay in our rooms. She didn't want us wandering around the building. That's why.
Interesting.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we didn't want to be an issue for anyone, so we just stayed in here.
That one is the one I want to talk to. The one I haven't met yet.
Are these beds?
This one here?
Yeah.
These are bunk beds, yes.
Now,
gonna start searching the beds.
Okay, so you're looking these are there. Give me an investigation check, and Trevor, give me an insight check.
And as I do this, by the way, as Amethyst is looking, I'm presuming they don't want her searching, or are they saying anything or looking at her at all?
You're just like kind of looking around, like
I'm gonna flick my wrist and pop out my pistol, not waving it around or anything, just kind of tapping it on my knee, and I'm gonna get that insight check first. Obviously.
Okay, so he definitely looks there,
and that's going to be a good one. But also, I would, after you tell me what from that, then yeah.
So, and that's what I will say is that the beds, you will see that. Let's see here, the 1, 2, 3, of the bunk beds. So the top and bottom here, it looks like obviously the bottom bunks here and here, and the top bunk here, all have been slept in. But the other ones don't show they've been slept in currently. Like they're obviously there are sheets on the beds.
There's sheets on all the beds.
Yeah, but obviously
that's what I was looking for too.
These two were probably sleeping in these beds, and somebody else was sleeping in this bed, and they're not currently here. So,
but there are sheets on all of them.
There are sheets on all of them. You will
nobody
spot,
underneath.
Even with a 10, you don't. There's nobody. You turn the bed. No one under the bed there. You will see, some wet footprints, just smudges. Actually, not even wet footprints. They're not wet anymore. But there's just some smudge of like someone would have come in here, and The 10 you don't really see, so you can definitely see where someone like stepped on the floor back here and kind of smudged the dust of the floor a little bit.
And can I see a pretty visible footprint of like the shoe lining or anything?
Not yet there. So we'll come back to you in a second here. So
Yep.
you have your insight there. Both of these guys are obviously just kind of sleepy and scared. They don't with a 20 there, you're fairly certain they don't know what the hell's going on. They
Right.
were just told to stay in their rooms and they stayed in their rooms. They're just like something bad happened
Gotcha.
and we don't want to be involved. And so they both seem very much like, yeah, this is bad.
Yep. And at that point, if I could, I was like, well, I don't necessarily think it was either one of you two, which we know we can't be know for certain. I would like to know who slept in that other bed with you, gentlemen.
That's um uh he's the night attendant. No, that's he's on the bottom. Which bed?
And I would point to the one that was unslept in.
Unslept in? Oh,
Yeah.
that's the night attendant. He'd be the one over. He would be staying in the bathrooms. Um, he basically kind of keep tabs on people needing to use the restrooms and stuff over there. They kind of, I mean, make sure that people have towels and water and stuff like that. That's kind of what they do, and they clean up and do a lot of cleaning and stuff, and when no one's around.
And I can trust you two not to leave the premises, correct?
We're not going anywhere. We were told to stay here, and that's what we're doing.
Okay. And I'm sure you don't mind Amethyst continuing to look around.
And they kind of look at her like, no, why would we? I mean, I assume you're supposed to be in here if you're here. So, okay.
And I'm going to. I don't really know. I guess I'm going to talk to that. Find the attendant in the bathrooms, but I'm sure we can go to somebody else in the meantime. I don't know.
Yep. So it's
So
who? So Lucas, we've got Sora. So Sora in the kitchen there. You will see the stable boy just kind of freaking, kind of looking like what's going on there, and he's munching on a hunk of bread at this point. This guy, the cook, is literally over here now, just making like a pot of tea or coffee or whatever. And this little waiter guy here is just sort of like leaning against there, kind of like half asleep, leaning against the counter. Like, oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So that's who you see in there at least at the point.
Right, and Trevor already talked to Reese.
Yeah, so Reese passed all the information there, so that kind of got them up to looking up in the loft there and finding the way out of the loft onto the roof. So,
I'm gonna have Reese go to his room
okay,
with um nope, he's down here.
okay, cool.
With um Catherine. Catherine should be in there too.
Okay, good. Yeah. All right. So
Um
they both head to their tell them to stay there and don't do anything else.
and then I'm gonna possibly head into here and see what everybody's doing.
Okay.
If everybody in that room looks pretty kosher and what they're comfortable in doing, I'll just come in here.
So you'll see at this point, kind of Lucas. At this point, you be kind of finish talking to the acolyte there and standing there. So, what would you want to do over there next? Who else?
Do I
Who
know
else do
what's
you
going on?
want to?
Do I know what's going on outside, or?
You know they went outside. You're not sure what's going on there exactly. So okay. So as you step in the room, Sora, they're just sort of like all eyes turn to you, and everyone just sort of like kind of like shrinks in on themselves a little bit, just like oh, kind of looks a little uncomfortable. The
Good.
manager just sort of like, "Hmm, all right then. Um, so what's going on? And 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 Lucas, there you can. So you were saying what? You talked to who?
I'm gonna oh Lucas, sorry, I
Yeah,
apologize.
Lucas. Sorry. Luke, what were you saying, Lucas? As so you see the reaction as she steps in there, and it's kind of the intimidation of like, holy crap.
Right. I was just saying, do we know what's going on outside?
Okay. Um, Probably you saw them head out there, but you don't know what's happened yet. They haven't come back in yet. You were there when Reese would have told his little story about being hiding in the loft and the cold draft up top, and saw Eldon's images and stuff like that. So you were in on that little powwow there. So um, so of the ones in here, I mean, the stablehead's obviously freaking out. He saw a dead body, and he's still kind of like this guy was kind of standing over top of him. You're kind of patting him on the shoulder. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get to the bottom of this. It's fine. Um, I mean, the company will take care of things. That's what they do. This woman is just kind of sitting here by herself, just sort of looking around a little nervously because obviously she doesn't know what to do. The impression you get. So that as you see in here so far. So I don't think you have a way to message or check in with the folks there yet.
With folks.
The ones who went outside, right? Anyone who's not in the room currently.
Oh, okay.
So until
Tell
they
someone, yeah, if someone tells me what's going on, I'll just keep an eye on the room and make sure no one
okay.
does anything suspicious.
You will note that as you if you kind of as you talking to various people there and kind of glance over there, you will see also that yeah, I know we're running low. We're almost out of time here, so we're just gonna kind of one more thing here. You will take note of one thing is that this woman here is still wearing a knife on her belt. Um, it you're not sure exactly. It is sheathed. It is just a fine-looking straight blade by the look of it there, with an odd design in the hilt from what you can tell. Without getting closer and actually examining it specifically, you just kind of spot that over there.
Which
Um,
one? Which one was that, Jim? What
this
did you
is the
say?
other, sorry, the pilgrim girl here with the
Right.
bare.
Yeah.
So you will spot that. And I think, unfortunately, we are just about out of time.
No.
So with our investigations here, the clues you've found, um, we're going to have to wrap it here because I know we're going to lose one player here, and we're just about out of time. So I want to kind of hold everything right here, right now. We'll pick up exactly here next time um, with that. Um, and did you guys move and go into that room there? I didn't see that there. You guys.
I went into this room.
And
Okay.
I would have been following. At that point, I will. Yeah, I know. Sorry, that part was to a thing. And then I would have been following who I thought my closest witness or suspect would be at that point the tenant. You said the night tenant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm going. Yep.
The night tenant there, you don't know where he is exactly. However, process of elimination, he's got to be in either this room or this room.
Gotcha.
Unless he's hiding somewhere else in the building. Yeah. So there's that. Amethyst. As you step in, give me a perception check.
Oh, you are joking. I am not playing this game any longer tonight.
That's okay. So as you come in there, I will just say, kind of a similar situation. You've got two men sitting on the beds over here, and you hear the sound of water from this room back here.
The reason I came
And
in here is because I knew someone was doing some laundry in here earlier, so I thought I'd check for any.
she was
There's
folding
any.
laundry. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. I thought she was washing it.
Yeah. So you don't see anything. Like I said, there's just a quick glance. Two women here, someone else back here, who's you can hear some water sloshing around a bit.
Right. Can I go have a look at it?
Okay, get up there. Okay, right about there, you will see a woman, and actually, you recognize her. She was the daytime bathroom attendant that drew your bath for you.
Right.
She's actually in the middle bath here herself.
Oh,
She's just kind of sitting there, just kind of like hunched up a little bit. Just kind of taking deep breaths and just sort of sitting there um, in steamy water. And actually, the room's a little bit steamy as well.
mhm.
And with a perception check there, you will take note of one thing. And this will be our last thing as we go here. Is that as she is sitting there, she kind of glances up at you in surprise. And when she does, her eyes are completely white. No pupil, nothing. Just pure
Oh.
white.
Oh, what the
And
hell?
we'll call it right there.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna let there's a few things I want to say, but I'm gonna let Jim say anything he has to say first.
First off, I know you gotta go, Sora, so we'll send you on your way here. And thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching out there. I hope you all had fun. We will be playing every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Pacific time, which I know is 5 for Eastern and late for our UK folks over there. So I hope you guys get some great sleep. And I want to thank you all again for playing, and look forward to running for you again real soon.
Thank you for DMing, Jim. It's always
Absolutely.
always a
And
lot of fun.
speaking of our DM, okay, a few things. One, I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to our amazing DM. This man is the best DM I've ever had the pleasure of being in a campaign with, and I've been in several, first and foremost. Also, feel free to share this video. And I wanted to thank you. Jim pretty much covered everything. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And like I said, it's going to be happening every week without fail. If there's ever a time where it can't, then we will definitely let you know. There obviously won't be a stream at that point, but feel free to share this with your friends. Feel free to come back. We will be running multiple games with other DMs as well. And like I said, just I want to encourage everyone to associate with the community and be active in chat. And in the future, like depending on how well this goes, there might even be the occasional giveaway. I've been known to do those from time to time. And I just wanted to give another big shout out to Jim and these are some of my favorite people to play with, and just to be around in general. So thank you for that, guys. Love you all. And, thanks for watching, guys.